I'll break my wrist with that flipping thing yet.
What do you have to bring it in full of water for? Why couldn't you empty it down the grid outside?
Oh, I suppose I could, yeah. I wasn't thinking like, you know.
No.
What's for dinner?
Well, I was waiting to see what you wanted.
Well, I've been celebrating, haven't I? In pub, you know, our wedding anniversary.
All right.
Well, it's 35 years. It's worth making a fuss over, isn't it?
So you went celebrating?
Well, just one or two, you know.
You didn't get the feeling somewhat were missing?
What?
Me.
Oh, well, our celebration's tonight, you see. We'll go down Rovers, have a few bevies, you can have a port and lemon, then we'll come back here with scampi and chips. We can use them for our tea, too.
For the first time if we do.
Well, they're made to be used, aren't they? Even posh things like that. Did our Irma give us these for our silver wedding?
Yeah. The only silver present we got.
They're all right, too, aren't they? Got something on them, too. E-P-N-S. No rubbish there.
Oh, no, they're good uns.
I gave her something, too, didn't I? I know, a fur coat, yeah. It wasn't exactly new, but you looked smashing in it.
Don't talk about it, Stan. It depresses me.
Well, it's depressing times, them, 10 years ago. They're all right now, though. Things are on the up and up, you know.
Is it really 35 years?
It is that.
By heck, they say us women are strong.
Oh, yeah. I'll go and see what's for me dinner.
Hello, Stan.
Hello, Eddie.
Sorry I missed you down at Rovers.
That's all right. Go on in, chum.
I will. Morning, Hilda, me lovely.
Morning.
Now, that's not the Hilda Ogden we know and love. What's up?
I'm all right.
Oh, she's all right. Little belter. Do you know what today is? Our 35th wedding anniversary.
Never.
As sure as I'm riding this bike, isn't it, Hilda?
Well, all I can say is you must have been a child bride. You must have been a little curly-haired child bride.
I was.
Hey, stay where you are. Get the glasses out, Stan. I'm going down the corner. And dry them tears. I'll be back.
My old dad used to say, life's not so bad if you've got some good mates.
Oh, aye, we've got good mates, all right. That one will buy us a bottle of beer between the pair of us and then stop for his dinner.
Well, so what? You got plenty of spuds and cabbage in there. You can fry it up. And this will be enough for him and me. 'Cause you don't eat much at dinner time, do you?
Oh,
Look, give our going on a day, Eddie. I know he's a scrounger, but his heart's in the right place. My old dad used to say, it's better to give than receive. The old folk always have sayings, don't they? Your mum, she used to have a lot of sayings.
yeah. You get what you deserve in this life, Hilda. Not ha'porth more, not ha'porth less.
And she was right. Dead right.
Yeah. I wonder what I did. Corner shop's just fallen down. You are...
Do you mind? Excuse my French, he's a pig. Doesn't talk a lot, does he?
No, if you move like him, you don't need to talk. He uses body language.
Good for him. Could you ask him what the body language is for give us hand with a washing?
No, but I know what it is for the answer.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. 12:15 and still not dressed.
If the government tells me I'm part of the leisured classes, I intend to behave like part of the leisured classes. Don't I, lover?
Oh, don't tell me you're still in your muck.
Another friend, another pig.
What's that when it's at home?
Mr. Travolta, Mrs. Tanner. I won't tell you what he said.
Is this what you spend your money on when you've gotten out?
I am in a seriously depressed state, having just joined the ranks of the British unemployed. I need cheering up.
Yeah, well, Mr. Revolting looks as if a good laugh wouldn't do him any harm either. Now, come on, shape yourself, the pair of you. Get this table laid.
I've been doing the washing.
I said the pair of you. Get a move on, shape yourself, open something.
What do you fancy?
Oh, food. Cup of tea, I'm not fussy. Just get the weight on my feet, that's all. Well, go on, open it. It won't open itself.
It'll only be Ronald, the singing taxi driver.
So?
So? You gave him an ultimatum, didn't you? Either he stops behaving like he owns you or he never darkens your doorstep again. So that'll be him come to say he's sorry, bless him.
So, open the door so as he can get started.
Gail'll go, won't you, Chuck? I mean, you know how excited he gets when he sees me like this.
Come in.
And you could do nothing to help me.
If he gets excited, I'll help him.
Hey?
Oh, doesn't he cover it well? He's seething inside.
Here's your redundancy money. Yeah. I brought you some leaflets as well to explain your rights now you're unemployed. Oh, and could you sign for your money now, please?
Where's the blindfolds and the firing squad?
Do I have to count this?
Oh, you can if you like. I've counted it 4 times myself. There's £100 apiece.
Do we have to sign my name? Couldn't I write a little message instead?
If I were you, I'd sign quick before I start getting nasty. Seeing as I was manageress and I'm only getting the same as you.
Oh, don't mean anything rude. Just something like, go forward with Labour, or on to prosperity with the Tories. Just a little message to our lovely politicians to give us this beautiful country and allow some factory owner's lackey to cross the road, put a few quid in your hand and say, lucky you haven't got a job.
Don't look at me, love. I'm on their side.
Well, there is another side to it, Mrs. Tanner, isn't there? Ask Mike Baldwin, he'll tell you. If the shop had been run proper, this would never have happened, would it?
Oh, you're kidding, Steve. The competition was moving in, so Baldwin got out while the going was good.
If the Western Front had been running a bomb, this competition wouldn't have bothered moving in now, would they?
Here, Rover, take this back to your master like a good little doggy.
I hope you don't think I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, I do.
It's all right, love. Go on. There was no need for that.
Wasn't there, Elsie? You know, I think we kid ourselves. It's not the bosses rub our faces in the mud, it's lads like him where they pay to do it for 'em.
It hurt him.
So he hurt me. He used to be one of us. The solidarity of the working classes. We kick each other to death for 9p. You see that? That is our job. Our job, 100 rotten quid.
Now, just hang on a minute.
I thought you were on our side.
I am on your side. I just wanted you to stop and think for a minute. This job that means so much to you, now you've lost it. What did it mean to you when you'd got it, eh?
Trust you to put your flaming tuppence worth in.
One of these days I will. I really will.
Where's bed?
Oh, she's upstairs, I think, Mrs. Walker.
Really?
Right, let the dog see the rabbits.
I was just asking Fred where you were.
Oh, in the bathroom, Mrs. Walker. You know how it is when you're pouring pints all morning.
Yes, well, spare me the details. I was just wondering how we came to miss each other, because I have just come from the bathroom. Still, it's very spacious, isn't it?
Do me a favour, will you? If you go now, ask her. Don't lumber me.
His flaming roots all over again here.
Everybody in this world has their part to play. That's all I'm saying. I mean, take me.
Have I got to?
It could be said that I'm nothing but your average layabout, and as such, no use to man the beast.
Well, go on, Eddie. I can't think why, but I feel it got the makings of a very interesting theory.
I won't disappoint you, Squire. Now, take Hilda.
You've not got much on offer this morning, have you?
Now, Hilda Ogden, his wife, hasn't got her family round her, but she yearns for one. So what does she do? She treats me like family. Did she or did she not just give me my dinner, Stanley?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And by me accepting that dinner, I was fulfilling a function.
You mean stuffing your guts?
I don't mean stuffing me guts, Stanley. I mean making Hilda Ogden, your wife, feel better. And it's not just Hilda. It's the whole of modern society. They're all yearning for someone to look after. They live in their posh houses, drive their flash cars, fly off to the Bahamas for their holidays, and they're all yearning for someone who they can unload their consciences onto. And who is it who offers themselves for adoption, in a manner of speaking like? Well, I'll tell you, it's the unemployed. I mean, you've all heard the saying, he also serves who does nothing.
No, I haven't actually, but it's a beaut.
Well, there you go, and it's the gospel truth. The only thing that's making you lot happy is 1.5 million unemployed.
Oh, well, let's go delirious. Let's have 3 million.
Do you mind? And don't include us. We've just joined your lot.
And you're very welcome. I am offering you the hand of friendship. In fact, I'm going down the social in a minute. If you want to join me, I'll introduce you all round.
No, thanks. I don't want to get to know them that well.
Some other time, Eddie.
Oh, well, suit yourselves. Keep her welcome in the hillside, Mrs. Walker. I shall be back with me just desserts. Come on, Stanley.
Right.
What very strange principles.
Yes, but he does have principles, Mrs. Walker.
Surely you can't condone them.
I don't know. I mean, he sees a purpose in his life, doesn't he? I suppose it's a paradox of the 1970s
Oh, them words, they just flow, don't they?
that someone...
You really will have to listen, Bet. You will never learn anything if you don't listen.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Walker.
Do go on. You were saying it's part of the paradox of the 1970s.
Yes, and someone like Eddie, who's unemployed, should think that he's doing a good job, and yet loads of people who've got jobs don't think they're doing anything useful at all.
You're right there, Ken. There's a mate of mine who's on about 120 quid a week as regular as clockwork and he's bored rigid. He doesn't out from clocking on to clocking off. There's no job satisfaction, see?
Well, there I see, Fred. I mean, not everyone can work in a pub, can they?
I do hope you don't mean it, Kenneth. Oh, do forgive me, Mr. Mather, and Bet will get you whatever you want. We were just setting the world to rights.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought for one magical moment of the fairies I'd been transported back to O'Connell Street. I mean, going to any pub in Dublin, any hour of the day or night, you're bound to find a few of the boys discussing the pros and cons of life and death. Oh, I'll have a half pint of bitter, please.
She's not here yet, then.
Oh, and who might that be? Gina Lola Bridgerton or the Duchess of Argyll?
Elsie, you twerp.
Duchess of Argyll's in.
Elsie? Hasn't she now? And how are you today?
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, he wanted to take me for a night out, bless him, but I'd just as soon stop at home. Provided I can find somewhere to tempt his palate.
How about food?
Well, he does have his likes and dislikes, you know. Here, I'll have a tin of that expensive soup. The lobster biscuit.
Beast, Hilda.
You suit yourself. Tastes the same no matter how you say it. Oh, and, yeah, a quarter roast ham, medium cut.
Which anniversary did you say it was, Hilda? The 35th?
Yeah, 4th of December 1943. Lost somewhat forever that day, I did.
Oh, ain't that nice? You know, there's not many as can say they waited.
I meant me maiden name.
Oh, sorry, Hilda.
Don't mean to say I didn't wait neither, and it wasn't easy in wartime. Who am I talking to? You surrendered faster than flipping France.
Now then, Hilda.
Ah, the truth hurts, doesn't it? Yeah, you don't mind having a go yourself, but it's different when somebody else has a go back, isn't it? Any road, you're not likely to be married to the same fella for 35 years, are you?
Ah, but she could have had 35 husbands, couldn't you, Elsie?
Ah, now there is a thought.
What do you mean she could have had? She's had 35 already. Just forgot to marry 30 of them. Hello, what's that?
Second post, a couple of cards, you know.
Who are they from?
I don't know, just opened them, haven't I?
Oh, Howard Archie. Can't you tell? Covered in grease. Must have wrote it out on the chip range. Ah, our Trevor. All good wishes to the pair of you. Didn't know what to send, so have a drink with the enclosed.
It fell out.
I see. Fell out straight into your pocket. Oh, I despair of you, Stanley. I do, honest. Hello, what's up with you?
You haven't got a cup of tea or anything, have you? I've had a bad shock. Only they say sweet tea helps, you know.
What's happened?
I mean, you trust your mates, don't you? I mean, people you've consorted with. You don't expect them to pass the time of day and then stab you in the back. Do you know what I mean, Hilda?
Go on.
Well, I get down to social, don't I? And they're all there. Jimmy, Mike, Mr. MacDuff. Big smiles across their faces. Then bang. Like a bolt from the blue. They've docked me benefits. From £13 5 pence to £8.45. Just because I turned down a dead-leg job. £8.45, how am I going to live?
Only one thing for it, isn't there?
I know what you're going to say, Hilda. And it's a 4-letter word.
What?
It's a 4-letter word to you and old Stan. Work.
Hilda, I think we'll have that tea.
Everything all right?
Oh, fine, thanks, Mrs. Walker.
It's a bit on the slack side.
Oh, no. I am not going to be lured into that trap again. Year after year, just before Christmas, we tell ourselves there's going to be a slump, that everyone has exhausted their savings. And what happens? Every year we have a record Christmas.
Well, I've got now to lash out with. Mind you, I suppose that depends how much you can manage to save out your wages.
Or how wisely one spends them.
One each, that, Fred. Put us down as a score-draw banker. Good morning, Elsie, radiant as ever.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take your pick. G&T.
Oh, why not?
Earned it, have you, kid?
Oh, do I ever do out else over there?
You know, I reckon they ought to put Mike Baldwin in charge of British Leyland.
Oh, no. He'd like that, kid. He can't bear to look at you unless you're working yourself, silly.
That's exactly what I mean. Ronald, look who's here.
Hi there.
Hi. You slipped up there, kid.
What's happening?
He is playing hard to get, and I'm letting him get on with it.
We were just talking about you.
Yes. Bet Lynch thinks you should be in charge of British Leyland.
Does she? Good judge is that girl.
I've got all the reasons worked out and all.
Oh, great. Well, give us a large scotch, will you, love? Oh, and give Elsie one and take one yourself.
Can't lose, can you?
No. Hello, you two will be getting yourselves talked about.
We met on the step, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Now, that, mate, is not what they call very gallant.
No, you're quite right. I'm sorry, Mavis. I should have said that I called for you and escorted you here to buy you a drink.
That's all right.
Right, just to put the record straight, what will you have?
Oh, thank you. I'll have a tomato juice, please.
Bit of half bitter and a tomato juice, please, Frederick.
Well, Monty, is it of all the
Oh,
trimmings?
why not be a devil?
Oh, incidentally, I'm still getting quite a lot of compliments about the old folks' supper.
Oh.
And 2 of them even saw fit to put pen to paper. So if you'd like to pop in sometime, I'll show it to you.
Oh, that's nice. I was only doing my best.
Yeah,
it was
talking
very
of
good,
old
your best.
folk, what happened to Champagne Charlie? What was his name? Harry Payne.
Oh, I don't know. I've not clapped eyes on him since last week.
Oh. And those you do clap eyes on don't seem to take much notice,
Oh,
do they?
I wouldn't worry your head about it, love. I don't.
Hello, what's your buckets?
Hey, Bet. I've had a bit of bad luck. Do you think I could have something on the slate for a day or two till my ship comes in?
Mrs. Walker, Eddie wants to know if he can have tick.
No. Well, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Quiet.
You know, when the world decides to have a go at you, it really has a go, doesn't it? The flaming social security's docked me flaming benefits.
Oh, dear, don't tell me you're not as appreciated as you thought you were. Rotten devils. And the job you're doing.
You didn't go in. You went to the job centre and you didn't go in.
Well, there didn't seem to be any point. There was nothing in the window.
Oh, you could have tried a bit harder than that now, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hiya.
Steve's brought us some more forms to sign.
Oh, just what we wanted. You know, I don't know why they don't make them out of rice paper, then we could eat them when the bread runs out.
Yeah, we could, couldn't we? Did you get the evening news?
Not every night.
Well, I'll drop it in later on. You can have a look through the jobs.
Stephen, it's very nice of you to be optimistic on our behalf, but in case you haven't noticed, we do live in a depressed area. Jobs are not easy to come by.
Doesn't mean to say we can't try.
Right.
Well, you beat your brains out if you like, but until I get a bright idea, I'm going to take Eddie Yates' advice and learn to live on Social Security.
Aye, aye. Ah, that's the lad I'm looking for.
Aye.
You're a good Samaritan, right?
What are you after?
Well, a little bit of your precious time and a lend of your muscles. Give us a lift with this.
Well, I might weigh a ton with that.
Oh, it'll be nothing to you, mate, huh?
You and Stan more like it. Where is he?
Well, he's working, isn't he?
Oh, go on then. Come on, I haven't got all day.
Well, hang on. Use your brain before you stand. I'll open the door. It's only me, Hilda, right? Right, ball. Go on.
Let me go first.
It's only like carrying a tin of peas.
Here, what do you think you're doing with that?
I'm dropping it. Can you clear the table before I go through the floor?
It'll go through the table.
Sideboard, mate, sideboard.
You do no such thing. Oh, no, get it off there.
Listen, that's my good deed for the month, is that?
Here, hang about. You might be taking it out again yet. Now, what's all this about?
It's all right, Hilda. It's on the up and up. I've got a job. Light removals. I'm storing it overnight for a mate.
How come I'm doing favours for a mate of yours?
It's not a favour. It's a job. Anyway, he's a mate of Stan's and all.
It's a pity blooming Stan wasn't here to help you.
Just overnight, you say?
Oh, yeah. Be gone first thing in the morning.
So fella get some sleep.
I thought you told me you was working.
You're making all that flipping noise.
Listen, I deserve the Nobel Peace Prize for this.
Well, what's going... Hey, what's that doing there?
Ask them mates of yours what think we're running a furniture expository. You can make yourself a cup of tea now you're up. I'm off to the library.
What, mate?
Well, I had to think quick, didn't I, Steve? It's Blackjack McCann. I told you about him. Runs that club on Duke Street above the Undertaker's. Caliph's Palace, you know.
What about him?
Well, he gets this tip, you see, that the law are going to pay him an unfriendly visit. And as he hasn't got a licence for this, he's got to get rid. Well, temporary, like, you know.
Is he paying?
Of course he is, but give us a break. It's the first job of a new era. You'll get your pint, don't worry.
It looks good on there, doesn't it?
You know, I'd be a rich woman if it weren't for them girls. I pay more out in food than they pay me in rent.
Go on, you're well catered for. Who is it tonight? Your sugar daddy or Arnie Blarney from Killarney?
It's neither. It's washing me hair and sucking my feet night and watching the television.
I think I'll put my arm out carrying that flaming thing. Oh, hello.
Hello, love.
And where do you think you're going? Doctors? Because it's after 5:30 and surgery closes at 6.
No, well, I said I might see Ken Barlow for a pint.
Embrocation, love. It comes in little brown bottles.
You cheeky devil.
No, it's official, love. I mean, social services budget's coming up soon, you know.
Yes, I can tell you don't want to go. Honestly, fellas.
In here.
What the heck are you playing at?
Don't try for the jackpot, aren't I? I'm entitled to. It's on my premises.
Oh, perfectly entitled. Perfectly.
Well, look, if it does come up, how much do you think I'll get?
How much have you put in?
Oh, 12 bob.
Well, let me see. Now, presuming it pays up next time, and presuming it pays 100% minus your stake, I would say somewhere in the region of 12 bob. Yeah, Beck, it was empty.
You hear such stories, though. Well, you're a grown woman. You had an affair with a married man. You can take care of yourself.
Doesn't mean to say I can take care of myself.
Yeah, but you're not a kid and you haven't got a job. You can faff about here for the rest of your natural, unless you want to make something positive out of your life.
Will it be any better?
Oh, I don't know, do I? But I'm willing to take the chance. Look, we've got 100 quid each. Let's make it work for us. Let's do something definite with it. Let's not just ruin it. You know what you're saying, don't you?
If you do.
Oh, I've noticed I had the idea. I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't sure, would I?
It's a big step, Susie.
It's the only step. And we're big people. Well, I am, any road. Come on, where's your sense of adventure? I was right in what I said, you know. We do live in a depressed area. And who wants to spend the rest of your life in a depressed area?
It's not that depressed.
It's depressed enough for me. Oh, not before time either. I thought you'd be pleased. Here, Dolly Daydream, sort yourself something out of that. And if you're making chips, make enough for 3.
She's good to us.
She'll be the first to tell you it means nothing.
It means something to me.
Look, for once in your life, will you stop thinking about other people and think about yourself? Elsie'd be the first to tell you that. Elsie would be the first to tell you what? Oh, at this rate, we'll get a long way in a long time, won't we? How much did that lot cost you? More than I could afford. Why? Well, you'll be pleased to know that after tomorrow you can divide it by 3. Do you want a cup of tea? No, I don't want a cup of tea.
We're going to London.
London? Yeah. We've talked it over and we're definitely going. I'm going to be a bunny girl and she's going to be a traffic warden, or the other way around, to pay on the size of the costumes. But we're definitely going. So don't try and stop us, Elsie.
Thank you. Thanks. Oh, I'm sorry to keep you. Just not at my best, I'm afraid. Been up since 6:15.
I've been up all night.
Oh, you poor thing. You must be nearly dropping.
Oh.
If that was all you wanted, you should have said.
It's not so bad, really. I start waking up once it's light.
You'll have to let me into the secret sometime.
But when I see all the bleary-eyed, downcast faces on their way to work when I'm on my way home, it works miracles, I can tell you. See you.
Oh, wait, you're not going... Well, that is... past Mrs. Tanner's, are you? Only she phoned to say that the paper boy had missed her this morning, and I just thought if you were going past, then you could drop it in for her.
No. Not exactly, as a matter of fact. See you.
Bye.
Elsie's order, love.
Oh, right.
Can I just have the coffee now? The rest I'll do this afternoon.
Of course you can.
Oh, and a couple of packets of crisps, please, plain.
You're on.
How's it going then?
What?
Job hunting. Have you found anything yet?
No, I haven't.
Any mate?
Hey, well, have you been down at Town Hall? I was in the town clerk's office the other day. One of the girls is leaving there.
Yeah, but you'd need shorthand typing for that job, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you probably might.
No, talk very much. We're not interested now. We're going, you see.
Going where?
London.
London? You're joking.
I'm not.
You and Gail going to London?
Yeah.
What are you going there for?
Because we've decided to make something out of our lives before it's too late, and nothing is happening round here, is it?
Yeah, but London? You and Gail?
Oh, don't sound so surprised. Hundreds of people go to London. Millions, I shouldn't wonder.
And when are you planning to take this mammoth step?
Tomorrow. You coming, Steve? We could do with a nice, healthy lad to carry the bags.
You wouldn't get me going to London, not for a new Aston Martin.
No. You stay and be Baldwin's lapdog, eh?
Tomorrow. You haven't given yourself much time, have you?
What do we need time for?
Well, to think about it. It's a big decision, you know.
We've thought about it.
And you're definitely going?
Definitely. Ta-ra.
do without you.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank Mike Baldwin. I'm doing the ironing on his time, and he's paying me for it. That's if he doesn't miss me. Though why you have to go tomorrow morning beats me.
We've made up our minds, haven't we? So there's no point in hanging about. Might as well get going before we spend up.
The way you and Susie are going about this, it's like a day at Blackpool rather than a new way of life.
Well, what's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it? You've nowhere to stop. You've no idea of how you're going to make a living. You ask me what's wrong with it.
We've got the money, Mike Baldwin
Yeah,
gave
and a
us.
flaming long way that'll go down there.
Oh, stop worrying, someone'll turn up.
Yeah, wish I had a couple of bob for all the kids that have said that.
You know, I'm not going to need half this stuff. Can I leave it here till we get fixed up somewhere?
If you get fixed up somewhere.
It'll not be as bad as that.
What? You've really not thought beyond getting off the train at the other end, have you?
Elsie, we're not kids. We know what we're doing.
Oh.
Come on.
You've won $500,000. If you're not here, I'm going next door.
Flaming robber.
Now, is that any way to talk to an old friend and trusted comrade, Stanley?
It's illegal. He wants reporting.
What are you on about now?
This flaming thing.
Oh, you've not been giving it its breakfast again, have you?
Well, only a quarter, Bob.
I've told you, it's a mugs game. When are you going to twig? There's only one winner, and it's not the punter.
It's your fault for leaving it in the first place.
Oh, well, in that case, your problem's over. I've come to take it away.
You can't do that. You said a few days.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Jack McCann wants it back. The heat's off. Come on, give us a lift to the
but
van with it.
a couple of hours will make no difference, will it?
Stanley, the fella that owns this machine is a very unsociable geezer if he doesn't get his own way. Now, come on, give us a lift.
I thought I told you to get shut of that thing.
Exactly what we're doing, Mrs. O.
Well, what are you waiting for, then?
Well, he can't take it yet, can he?
Why not?
I can't get my money back, can I?
What money? Oh, you've never been feeding the flaming thing.
Well, only a couple of bob.
How much?
Well, I told you.
How much?
Well, give or take a bob.
How much?
Quid.
Yeah, well, come on, let's get it out to the van.
Leave it where it is.
But I thought you wanted it out, Mrs. O.
Look, he might not have the brains of a sparrow, but he's right about one thing. That's the going nowhere with our money in it.
I'm sorry, Mrs. O. I would if I could, but I can't.
Get the money out.
How? I haven't got the key.
Well, you'll just have to find some other way then, won't you? 'Cause till he gets his quid back, that's stopping where it is.
But you must have some idea where you're going.
Not a clue apart from Euston Station.
Oh, I've had my bed and breakfast there in my time.
We'll find somewhere.
Aye, well, there's a lot as doesn't.
Honestly, anybody would think we'd signed up as go-go dancers in Saudi Arabia?
Well, at least you'd have a roof over your head to be going to.
The world doesn't end at Weatherfield boundary, you know. You don't fall off at Stockport.
There's nothing for us if we stop round here, that's for sure. We don't end up like... well...
Me?
If you had your time over again, wouldn't you go?
What for?
See a bit of life.
Lovey, I saw more life before I was 20 than you're likely to see in your entire lifetime. And I didn't even move out my own backyard.
Anyway, best of luck, Annie Road. Don't forget, send us a card from the embankment.
No chance.
Don't you be so sure. You're not the only ones to go to London, you know. There's scores like you arriving every day. Nowhere to stay, no job, no money, just dreams of a brighter future. And it's the bright ones who's come back on the next train.
Perhaps you should have a word with them, Kenneth.
Me?
Well, they might listen to you.
I don't seem to have much success when it comes to communicating with the younger generation, Mrs. Walker.
Yes, but to go off like that on their own, heaven knows what might befall them.
Well, it's not exactly Chicago in the 20s, you know.
No, but surely you're not approving of what they're doing, are you?
It's not up to me to approve, is it? I mean, it's their lives.
No, but I mean, two young girls. I shudder to think what might become of them.
Well, it might turn out for the best, Mrs. Walker. I mean, they could get it out of their systems while they're still young enough to put it down to experience.
Oh, yes, but...
Look, I could talk to them, Mrs. Walker. I could talk to them till I'm blue in the face. But if they've made up their minds, what difference do you think it would make?
I suppose you're right. I've only got to look as far back as my own son. He very often wouldn't do anything within reason.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us.
Yes.
Oh, give us a large scotch, will you, love? Oh, and whatever these two layabouts want.
What, after what you did to us? You know what you can do with your drink.
No, hang on, girl. I think we almost aboard in a vote of thanks.
What?
Well, a few quid in our pockets off to a new life tomorrow.
I had heard, yeah. Going through with it, eh?
Yeah, We are, and thanks very much, because if it hadn't been for you showing us the light, we'd still be in that grotty shop of yours, selling grotty clothes to grotty customers.
Yeah, and looking over our shoulder to see if we're being spied on.
So mine is a large gin and tonic, please.
Right. Gail?
Same.
I knew you'd see it my way eventually.
Well, if you explain to him, he might give it you back.
Oh, yeah, he's like that, isn't he? Excuse me, Mr. McCann, but we put a lot of money in your machine and we haven't won. Can we have it back, please?
Well, you can say you were testing it.
Stanley, the only thing that needs testing round here is your head. Fancy putting all that money in.
I was after the jackpot, wasn't I?
There was no flaming jackpot, was there?
I didn't know, did I?
Nah, I'm sorry, mate. It's got to go. I don't want to end up as an accident case on the M6. If it's a choice between my good looks and your quid, there's no contest.
Hang on. I've got an idea.
Now, there's no need to get vicious, Stanley.
Give us a hand to get it on the table.
What are you going to do?
Give us a hand.
Oh.
Now then.
Are you off your head or something? Listen, you touch the back with that and he'll cut you in little pieces, me and all.
There's only one thing to do. Out the way.
Stanley, you can't put that in. Your Hilda will skin you alive.
It'll be back before she gets here, won't it?
See, Elsie?
Yeah, don't forget to turn that gas down.
Right.
You're going to miss him, you know.
Yes, I am.
I think I might. Couple of hours.
Oh, as long as that, you do surprise me.
Here, this taxi driver mate of yours. Okay, is he?
I think so, yeah.
It's just I don't seem to have clapped eyes on him lately.
Oh, I'll mention it to him when I see him. I'm sure he'll be very touched. What's happened to your lady friend these days?
Who's that?
The one you nearly gave my job to.
Oh, you mean Carol? Well, I don't expect to see much of her, do I? Considering the business she's in. She travels around a lot.
Just like Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe he'll be gone tomorrow, just like that.
Well, we will. In fact, we'll be there this time tomorrow.
Oh, no, I couldn't do it.
Of course you could. You could be on the train with us tomorrow if you wanted.
She's right, you could.
Except that I've no desire to go to London, or anywhere else for that matter. Well, I wouldn't mind for a holiday, because I'd quite like to travel, but not for good.
Haven't you ever thought there might be more to life than travelling down the same old road, doing the same old job for the rest of your life?
I thought maybe, but that's all.
Well, that is the difference between you and us, isn't it?
You're happy stuck here, up at all hours, 7 days a week, working your fingers to the bone.
Yeah, but the job isn't everything, is it? I mean, well, my friends are here. People I know, people I can turn to when I need them. No, it's my home.
Well, I think we can cross her off our list.
Oh, I think you can. But I think you're very brave.
Right, then. Well, if we don't see you again, ta-ra.
Bye.
Come on.
And the best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Who said it wouldn't pay out?
How much? Not exactly enough to retire on, is it?
Hey, I'm on a winning streak. I can feel it, I'll tell you.
Short and sweet, your winning streak, wasn't it?
It's flipping bent.
Listen, you'll be bent when your Hilda gets hold of you. That machine's just gobbled up the gas and the electricity money for at least a month. You've put the best part of a £5 in there.
A £5?
At least.
You're not going to haul that lot with you, are you?
I've got to have something to put on me wall. I'll not sleep proper if I
By
don't.
the time you finish tramping the streets tomorrow, you'll sleep for a week.
All right, but I'm taking a couple of records.
And what are you going to play them on, your little finger?
I'm still taking them.
Take what you like.
The one good thing about all this, after tomorrow, my house will be my home.
Oh, now, don't crack on, you won't miss us.
No, I'm not saying that. I was just thinking life will be, well, more
Dull?
different.
Boring?
No, normal, I was going to say.
Taking a notice, she'd be laying that table for days for 3.
As I recall, madam, I didn't ask you to come here in the first place. You just sort of arrived.
You make me sound like a stray dog.
And that's another thing I won't have to put up with. Stray dogs.
We've had some laughs, though, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Maybe we'd be better hanging on a bit, Susie.
What the heck for?
Well, maybe we'd find somewhere better to live after Christmas.
No way.
Oh, what's the reason you can't stop here? I mean, it can't do any harm.
Of course it can. If we hang on here, we'll have no money left. Won't even have the bus fare to the station. We'll be stuck here like rats in a trap forever. We're going tomorrow, and that's that.
Oh, all right. Don't bore Fuse.
Oh, I'm sorry, Elsie. I'm just sick of people treating us like daft kids. We're old enough to know what we're doing. And you better get on with the packing.
Suppose so.
There must be some way of getting this machine.
I'm telling you, mate.
Oh, wait. Harold.
Well,
Oh, Chuck.
never mind hello, Chuck. Have you got your quid back or haven't you?
Oh, not exactly, no.
Have you tried?
Well,
Oh, get out the road. Never get it back, stood there gawping at it.
You're not going to put your money in now, are you, Hilda?
You've got a better idea. Flaming thing.
Look, I've told you like I told him.
It's got to pay out sometime.
Pig.
Look, call it a day, Mrs. O, hey?
You've not got no more change. Oh, yes, I have. Hey up.
What are you doing?
Getting some more change, aren't I? You great, fat, thieving lump of lad.
I had to get my money back, didn't I?
With my money!
Well, I had to use somebody's.
Do you know, I'm beginning to enjoy this. It's becoming a very interesting exercise in the evils of gambling. Not to mention human folly and greed.
Are you sure you can manage? Alf was going to bring it round, love.
Well, I was.
No, it's okay. I can manage, thanks. It's not heavy.
You're set then.
Ready as we need to be. Hi!
Hello there.
Quite a stranger these days.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I've been around.
Not to Elsie's you haven't.
True.
But you will be.
Maybe.
'Cause I reckon she's going to be glad of a bit of company.
Oh, why's that?
Me and Susie, we're off to London.
Oh, holiday.
For good.
Was that right? Well, best of luck to the both of you.
We'll miss you, you know, love.
Well, that's true.
Oh, sure, you'll have me believing you in a minute.
Look, if you want a taxi to go to the station or anything,
Let me know.
you do that.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Kids. They always think the grass is greener in the next field.
It's not, though. Not in London.
Yeah, I hope they don't live to regret it.
Hilda, I've got to shift it.
Over my dead body.
Look, it's no good arguing.
Who's arguing? I'm not. I say it stops there and that's an end to it.
It can't stop. He'll cut me ears off.
Here, you stop where you are. No trying to sneak it out the back way.
Stan, I've got to get that machine back by tea time. Otherwise, Jeff McCann's not only going to be upset with me, he's going to be upset with you and all.
No, you can have it back tomorrow. It's just that Betty wants me to send off for something urgent like.
Yeah. Here, you was looking at it last night. What'd you do with it?
What are you on about?
That's catalogue.
Oh, it's in the kitchen.
Oh.
Hey, you didn't let on you're a secret gambler, Hilda.
Ooh, don't talk to me about that thing.
Why, what's up with it? Loads of folk are going on. Do you know, I know a fellow who's running a jag off money he's made out of these things.
Yeah, so do I. I'm going to have his tyre marks all over my body.
Do you know, I never could resist a fruit machine. Do you mind if I have a go?
Oh, it's like a flaming magnet, isn't it?
Don't touch that, it's bent.
Don't say we didn't warn you. Here's your catalogue.
How about that, then?
Hey, she's done it!
You little belter.
Do you know, I think you've just saved my life. Can I unplug it now?
Here, hang on a minute. Got to count it first. I know just how much we want back. Pardon? Eh?
What's all this about you wanting something back?
Well, I do. There's over £6 of ours gone in there.
Really?
Yeah.
What we put in?
But Hilda, Stanley, in case you hadn't noticed, it was me what won it.
Yeah, but it was us what put it in.
Well, that's hard luck, isn't it? That is what they call the luck of the draw. Or in your case, Chucky, hard luck.
Hey, now, just a minute, Bet Lynch. It's thieving, is that, you know? Any road, who give you permission to come in here sticking your money in our machine?
Thieving, is it? Well, you better go to the police then. I'm sure you'll be able to explain to them how you come to be operating a fruit machine in your own home for profit. Tartlet catalogue.
Try. But don't just stand there, Stanley. Run after her.
You run after her.
I asked you. I pleaded with you. But you wouldn't listen. Oh, well, it'll be easier to carry now it's empty.
Funny how folk change, isn't it?
Who's changed?
Well, you two, when I think of what you were like when I first knew you.
Why? What were we like?
Well, you know, when we got stuck on Southport Sands. We wouldn't do that again now, would we?
I would. It's not us that's changed, it's you. You were one of us in them days.
I haven't sprouted two heads just because I'm doing a different job.
Go on, you're bound to be different. You're on the boss's side now.
Oh, now, come on. You did tip us off about that redundancy.
Now, look, if it had been up to me, you'd still be working for Baldwin. I didn't want you to go. It's not fair to say that I'm on the boss's side.
Excuse me. Hello, so this is where it's all happening, is it? Give us a scotch on.
Yes, master.
That's on me, Beth.
Oh, good lad.
Well, I am in the chair, aren't I?
Did I say anything?
He's the one you should be talking to.
That is a matter of opinion, Fred.
Well, I mean, if anybody can put you on the way to the good life, he can.
Him? He's the last one to ask. He left London to come here.
Best move I ever made, darling.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, but you can give him a few pointers. What do you say, Squire?
Well, two girls going on their own to London.
That's us.
Don't.
There's too many fellas like him around.
No, seriously, though, if you get stuck, I might be able to help you. Give you a couple of addresses.
No, Tar, we do have tongues in our heads.
Suit yourself, but don't blame me if you come unstuck.
Why should we?
Darling, two of the loneliest places in God's earth are London if you're skint and London at Christmas, unless you've got someone to spend it with. Believe me.
He's quite right, you know.
Yeah, I suppose so.
But I suppose they've set their minds on it. Definitely. And I've no doubt you pointed out the pitfalls.
Oh, what can you say to two kids with minds of their own?
Not easy.
Mind you. They may find the end of the rainbow, and yet again they may not. Some do. But I know if I was their age, I wouldn't be happy until I'd had a try.
Oh, to be young again.
You must be joking.
Well, now, if we've all got a drink, I think that this is as good a time as any for us to wish Gail and Susie the very best of luck and every happiness in the future, wherever it may be. Gail and Susie.
Gail and Susie. That's a look, girls.
£6 we lost in that thing. £6. Can you hear me?
I've heard no tells.
No, you're not likely to, neither. And if you've any thoughts of sneaking down to the Rovers, you can just forget them. Unless you think Bet Lynch is going to treat you out of her ill-gotten gains, which is highly unlikely.
And if I don't go down there, what am I going to do here?
Well, it might be quite nice to stop in and have a nice cosy chat. But seeing as I had to marry the doziest lummox ever to draw breath, I better switch the telly on.
Not coming on.
Oh, don't say you bust that now.
I haven't touched it.
Well, is it plugged in?
Oh, heck.
Where's the plug gone?
I took it off, didn't I?
What for?
For the one-arm bandit, there wasn't one on it.
Well, you better put it back on again. It'll never work till you do.
Haven't got it.
Eh? Oh, you've never let Eddie Yates walk off with it.
Well, I forgot, didn't I?
Honestly, Stanley, I sometimes wonder what you've got in that head of yours. You better put the plug off the iron on it. But I want it back first thing in the morning.
Right, Chuck.
Oh.
Oh, heck.
Oh, now see what you've done. You've fused all the lights.
I've never been near them.
Messing with that thing.
Never touched them.
Well, it must be the meter then.
Right, must.
Well, don't just sit there. Go and feed it.
Will do.
What's up now?
We've got no 5p's.
If I speak, I shall say something you won't find it easy to forgive, even if it is true. So I'll keep me mouth shut.
Yes, Chuck.
I'm going to miss them, you know.
Oh, not for long.
You can't help wondering. Well, Whether or not we'd be better hanging on.
Oh, don't you start.
Well, it'd be all right if we had something to go to. A job, a flat, anything, but we've nothing.
We'll soon get fixed up.
What if we don't?
You know, you begin to sound like all the rest of them.
Well, we've not got exactly a lot going for us, have we? Getting on a train to God knows where. We might end up sleeping on the embankment. We might not get a job straight away. And how long's our money going to last in London?
We'll only find that out once we've got there.
I just can't get used to the idea of my whole way of life changing in the morning. It might be better if I was convinced it was going to be all right. If I had more time to think about it. If we both did.
I've had all the time I need, thank you.
What are you doing?
I'm going.
You can't go at this time of night.
If I hang on any longer, I might get cold feet like what you seem to have. Now, are you coming or aren't you?
It'll be midnight before you get there.
I take it you're not coming. Drago.
Susie!
Having a corned beef barm cake, aren't you?
How my heckers like? I don't like all that's been mucked about, chopped up and then put back together again.
Oh, I think it's nice corned beef.
Well, you have it. I'm not stopping you.
Mind you, I like boiled ham as well.
Will you make up your minds? There's corned beef barm cake, so there's boiled ham. You'll have it Christmas at this rate.
Oh, kid, don't mention Christmas to me. I don't want to think about what it's going to cost me.
Oh, I know, it gets worse.
You don't know your bone, you. You've no kids mother in your soul. Price of toys, honestly. You won't believe. Thank goodness we've got that Christmas club money to come.
I didn't know Mike Baldwin run a Christmas club.
Oh, it's nothing to do with Baldwin. We run our own. Eileen here's treasure, aren't you, Chuck?
Only 'cause nobody else would do it.
Hey, I've just remembered I never give you my quid, did I, when you come round collecting? You'll have it now, love.
I've not got a book on me, but I'll put it down when we get to work.
Morning. Oh, bye. You can tell Mike Baldwin's away, can't you?
Oh, Hilda, you didn't give me your Christmas club money yesterday. You told me to remind you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I am doing.
Yeah, only with it being nearly Christmas now, well, doesn't seem much point, does there? I mean, we'll be drawing it out next week, so it hardly seems worthwhile putting any more in.
Well, you please yourself, Hilda, only you can't draw out what you've not put in.
Have you made your mind up yet, Vera, about your barm cake?
You've no cheese, have you?
Corned beef or boiled ham?
I'm taking a quarter of tea, Reenie, love. Good morning, ladies.
Morning. Of course, the reason I can't pay into the Christmas club this week's quite simple. I've more or less had all my housekeeping money stolen.
How do you mean? More or less stolen?
Well, you see, me and Stan happened to be looking after a fruit machine for somebody, and a certain person walked into the house and took all the money out of it.
I won it fair and square.
You'd no right to putting money in that machine.
You all stood there and watched me. You didn't mind me putting money in, you one-armed bandit. You just didn't like me winning.
Don't talk to me about one-armed bandits. You're a two-armed bandit, you.
Would you say Bet were very popular with Hilda just at present?
About as popular as a blind well.
So, what else is new?
Hello, Ken. Are you busy?
Pen pushing, Eddie, making meaningless marks on pointless papers.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could spare me a minute, you know.
Always got a minute for you, Eddie.
You're a prince and a gentleman and a scholar. What I was wondering was, have you got any jobs you want doing round here, you know?
Oh, what sort of jobs?
Oh, you name it, I can do it. I mean, I'm very versatile. I can put my hand to most things. Bit of painting. Or social work. Play groups. Now, I could do that because I know a lot about playing.
Yes, well, I'm sure I could think of something, Eddie, but let's get one thing straight. You do realise that anything you do would be on a voluntary basis, unpaid.
You're not asking me to work for nothing, are you?
No, it's you that's asking for the work, Eddie. I'm simply telling you we can't pay you anything.
Yeah, but that's why I need the work, you see. Because I need the money.
Yes, well, so do we, and that's why we can't pay you.
Oh, no. No, I'm sorry, Ken. I'd like to help you. I mean, I'd like to do some work for charity, but no, I can't afford it. Do you know what the Social Security have done? They've cut me money down to $8.45. I mean, that's all they're giving me now.
Yes, I'd heard they were getting tough with you.
Well, it's diabolical. And they call this a free country.
Eddie, don't you think it would be best for all concerned if you buckled down and got a job?
Oh, what chance have I got? I mean, it's hard enough for everybody else, but when you've been inside like me, well, they just don't want to know.
Just a minute, though. I heard that the Social Security people cut your money because you turned down a job.
Ah, yeah, well, that's the excuse they're giving, yeah.
Come on, Eddie. Did you turn down a job?
I wouldn't dignify it with the name of a job. I mean, it was rotten. Beast of the field wouldn't have done it.
But the job offer was there.
I wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes, Ken. I mean, I should have taken it. That would have been the correct strategy. I mean, I do see that now. Look, you know all the ins and outs and red tape and that. How am I fixed for appealing?
Offhand, I've no idea. And if you want me to be honest...
Well, not painfully.
Well, speaking as a taxpayer, Eddie, I've got no time for you. But as a sort of unpaid public hand-holder, I'll make some inquiries and find out what your rights are.
Justice, Ken. I mean, that's all I'm asking for, justice.
No, you're not, Eddie. What you're asking for is mercy.
Elsie, we've still not heard from her.
You're not still mithering about Susie. She's a big girl, she's no fool, and she's quite capable of looking after number one.
It's only me. Oh, are you in the middle of your dinner? I could come back later.
Either way, it'd be heartburn. What do you want?
Well, I was just wondering, have you got such a thing as a safety pin in the house?
What, stop? Has your elastic perished?
No, it's Stan, isn't it? He reckons his braces are coming adrift. If I don't do some running repairs, I'll never get him out of the house.
I think we have got some safety pins somewhere on a card, all different sizes. Where'd I put them in the sideboard, I think?
Oh, will I have a look while you get on with your dinner?
No, Hilda, if there's any routing to be done, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
All right.
Any word from young Susie, then, since she decamped?
She did not decamp, Hilda. She went to look for a job.
Ah. And how's she like in London, then, as she said?
We haven't heard.
What, nothing at all? Not a peep since she left? Oh, I don't like the sound of that. There's a lot can happen in London, you know, to a young girl.
Hilda, there's a lot of people live in London just the same as us. They come to no harm. They just live ordinary lives just like we do.
Ah, but they're used to it, aren't they? Susie isn't. There's a lot of unscrupulous people down there, you know. Oh, all very nice and friendly, invite you into their houses. Next thing you know, it's a quick needle, and when you wake up, you're on a boat.
Taking a notice of her?
Oh, it were in the paper a week last Sunday. Shame of the suburbs, it were called.
Oh, she's got all her chairs at home, has Susie.
Ah, she thinks she has. But what about all these foreigners? And all them muggers bash you as soon as look at you. Have you found them safety pins yet?
No.
Oh, well, he'll just have to make do with string. No, I wouldn't have let her go down there myself.
Well, look, she's a big girl, Hilda. I am not her keeper, nor am I her mother.
No. Well, I'm just glad it's not my responsibility.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Are you Ken Barlow?
Yes, that's me. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, they said you're an helpful sort of fella.
Oh, do they? That's very handsome of them.
You're sort of welfare, aren't you? But not bossy with it. That's what I heard.
Why don't you just tell me what it is you want, and if I can help you, I will. If not, maybe I can point you in the right direction.
Well, it's a bit personal, you see. I expect you'll have a good laugh when I tell you.
Come and sit down. Tell me what's on your mind. I won't bite, and I won't laugh either.
Well, I didn't go to school as much as most kids. We moved around quite a bit, you see. Well, to be honest, I didn't like school. I more or less stopped going when I was about 12.
Go on, I'm listening.
Well, I have a bit of trouble writing and that.
I see.
I'm not thick, you know.
No, I'm sure you're not.
I mean, I can sound things, figures and so forth. I can do all that standing on my head. Money, you know, anything like that. I'm not stupid.
Look, isn't this what you're saying? You'd like to learn to read and write better than you can at present.
Yes, that's it.
Fine. Then I think I can help you. Oh, by the way, you haven't told me what your name is.
Karen. Karen Barnes.
How do you do, Karen? Right, well, if you just hang on a tick, I know I've got some information somewhere. It's just a question of digging it out.
How much is your bitter today?
Same as it was yesterday, 27p.
And your miles 24?
Well, as usual.
Only got 25p, see?
I see.
Only, I'm not too keen on the mild, you know.
Well, a lot of our customers swear by it.
Oh, I know. But I prefer the bitter myself, you know. I mean, you keep it lovely in here.
Thank you.
It's just a thought. I mean, I wouldn't ask for credit because I know a refusal often offends.
That's true, love.
But how about pouring me 25p's worth of bitter? I mean, not quite filling it up to the top, you know.
I'm sorry. Mrs. Walker's orders. We've not to give less than a full imperial measure, not under any circumstances.
Imperial measure? The Empire's gone.
Oh, I know, but Mrs. Walker hasn't.
Oh, all right, give us a pint of mild.
Right.
You know, they say you get great relief from giving away all your worldly possessions. Well, I don't feel any relief, and I've only got a penny left in the world.
Oh, don't let a penny come between you and relief, Eddie Lovey. Come on, throw caution to the wind.
Why not?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Where's that? There we are.
You'll never guess what I've just done.
That's true, because I'm not going to try.
I have given everything I possess to the poor. That's what I've just done.
You are the poor.
Look, how many geezers do you know would make a gesture like that, eh? Give their very last pennies to charity, eh?
Well, I knew a chap once, and all his money went on sick animals. Mind you, he didn't know they were sick when he backed them.
Oh, yeah, very funny, very funny. I happen to think I've done something noble, something inspiring. It is a far, far better thing what I have done than I ever what will do. Anyway, there's only nothing between me and the gutter now.
There never has been.
Oh, it's no good talking ethics with you, is it?
Tell me something. Where are you going to get the money for your next pint?
Yeah, it's me. I've tried everything.
Except work. Listen, Eddie, I know you. Unless you get your finger out and get yourself some work, you'll go all light-fingered again and end up back in the nick.
No way.
Oh, well, I suppose they'll sort out your Christmas arrangements for you. At least you'll have a bed, something to eat and a bit of company.
Now, listen, Flower. You're better starving outside than 3 meals a day inside.
I'll take your word for it.
Light ale, please.
Right.
There you are, Flower.
Excuse me. Hello, Hilda. Aren't you speaking? I just wanted to show you these new earrings.
Dead common.
Oh, they weren't a common price, though. The fact is I could only afford them because I'd had a lucky win, you know.
Well, you'll have no luck with them earrings, because you paid for them through thieving.
She's right. So don't get yourself airs and graces over me, because you're no different than what I am. The only difference is I'm going straight.
Hello, lovely. You're quite a stranger these days.
Well, what with one thing and another, I've been busy. Could I have a tomato juice, please?
Yes, love. I've not seen you near with Elsie these days since, how long is it now?
Quite a while.
I know it's none of my business, love, but, well, I always thought you two suited each other very nicely.
Between you and me, Betty, you're dead right.
Be a shame, you know, if you didn't get back together again. The thing is, and I'm sure you know, she's a bit stubborn, Elsie is. She'll not be the one to give in first.
You know, Betty, you're dead right again. I was thinking of going round there, see if I could patch things up.
Don't just think about it.
You're right. Betty, I'm going round there as soon as I finish this drink.
Right. Do you want a bit of something stronger in there?
No, thanks. I'm going round there, sober.
Ah, the best of British luck.
Hello there. Is it safe to follow my captain?
Hello, Rob.
Gail, what are you doing here? I thought you were on your way to London, seeking fame and fortune.
Yeah, well, I changed my mind. I decided I didn't really want to go after all.
Oh, I see. How about Susie?
Yeah, well, she wasn't too pleased when I changed my mind. In fact, we had a row. She stormed out and got on a train, and I've not heard from her since.
Well, if you've had a row, it'll take a little while to get over it. You'll probably hear from her in a day or two.
That's what Elsie says. Gonna pick your cap up?
Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, Elsie, is she about?
No, she's not, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, it's nothing important. Look, I'll tell you, give her that and say I called, will you?
You're not going, are you? She's only nipped round to the chemist in Victoria Street. She'll not be 10 minutes.
Oh, no, I'll maybe give a ring later.
She'll be really mad with me if I let you go. She'll be really glad to see you.
You think so?
I'm sure so. She'd been hoping you'd pop round.
Oh, did she say that?
Well, not in so many words, but I could tell. Now, come on. You sit down. I'll make a cup of tea, and you can tell me who you've been driving around in your taxi.
Oh, it looks as if Bessie Street's your answer.
What do you mean?
The nearest course to suit you. We don't do courses here, not the sort you want anyway, but they do at Bessie Street every Tuesday evening. Now, they've already started this year's course,
Listen,
but if
I
I
don't
had...
fancy going in for a class. I mean, they make you feel like a stupid kid there.
Oh, they won't, I promise you. And if you're worried about the other members of the class laughing at you, forget it. I mean, why should they? They're all in the same boat.
Yeah, but they all talk, don't they, to others? And in a bit it'll be all round the place. Karen Barnes can't read.
Well, how do you expect to learn if you won't join a class?
I was hoping you'd teach me.
Me?
I heard you used to be a teacher.
Yes, I was, but not remedial. And in any case, I don't teach anymore.
Listen, I can pay you. I've got some money.
No, it's not a question of money.
Please. I'd go to a class if I could, but I just can't, honest. I signed on once before. I went to the first lesson. Well, I couldn't go in. I went and stood outside for ages.
Well, I'd like to help you, but...
You said yourself, they've already started this class, and I'll be behind them all.
Yes, there is that.
I'd work dead hard. I'd do everything you tell me. Oh, I'm sick of having to keep it a secret all the time and pretending. And not knowing what people are talking about when there's something in the newspapers. And I'd like to be able to write letters to... well, to somebody when they're away. Please.
All right, you win. I'll teach you.
Oh, great. Do you know, when I came in here, I knew that you were going to be nice.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we start while your enthusiasm is running high? Now, I'm tied up for about a couple of hours, but I'm free at 3 o'clock. How would that be?
Suits me fine. Tell me when and where, and I'll be there.
Oh. Hello, Ron.
Hello, Elsie. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Fine.
Ron brought you these chocolates.
Oh, nice.
Not bad at all. I can recommend the coffee cream.
Yeah, madam, if those chocolates are supposed to be meant for me, you stop your sticky little fingers from delving into them.
You'd have offered me one, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it's always nice to be asked, isn't it?
I told you I wouldn't have risked it.
Yeah, well, you have to live dangerously in this house sometimes. I'm just going to go off out, I think.
Oh, I see. Anywhere in particular?
No, just for a smooch around. No point in going to the job centre. I went there this morning.
Look, kid, do us a favour. If you're passing Reenie's, will you go in and get us somewhere for us tea, like fish fingers or something?
OK. So you see you soon, Ron, I hope.
Take care, love.
Ta.
You know,
You first.
Well, it's nothing important, really. I just thought you might like to walk round as far as the Rovers and have a drink if you've got the time.
Well, I do happen to have half an hour to spare before I go back to work.
Well, how about it, then?
It's fine by me.
Yes, Mr. Tatlock.
That's my order for Christmas. I've written down everything we want.
Oh, very good. I'll give it my best attention, sir.
I should think so, no. I've given you plenty of time so as you can get everything. Don't want you coming to me on Christmas Eve and saying, well, I couldn't get this and I couldn't get that.
Mr. Tatlock, if it's gettable, then I'll get it. By the heck, you've got some rare exotic items on here. Are you sure you want all these?
I wouldn't have wasted my time riding it out if I didn't want it.
No. Crystallised fruits, they're very dear, them, you know. And I can see you've got a £10 turkey. Are you and Ken having lots of company this Christmas?
I've no idea. There might not be just me and our Ken. But I'm not bothered. I like turkey.
You'll need to, I know, with a £10 turkey with a pair of you. You'll be eating it till Pancake Tuesday.
Look, I know what I want, so don't get arguing with me. And if you don't want this order, I'll take my custom somewhere else.
Don't get your braces bulging. I'm just worried what it's going to cost you, that's all.
Don't mind about that. Our Ken's got plenty of money, even if I haven't. Because I don't bother saving at my age, I'd sooner spend it. But there's no point in being careful, is there?
Not a lot, no.
What the heck's up with you? Your face is as miserable as a tripe shop window.
Hey, fair dues. You're not exactly a little ray of sunshine, are you?
I were when I were her age. I were always happy and smiling.
It's hard to imagine that.
I know I look miserable. That's because I am miserable. I can't help it. I'm fed up trying to find a job.
Oh, it's not easy, love, and that's a fact.
A lot worse before war. When you were unemployed then, you knew about it. Nowadays, it's dead cushy.
It doesn't feel cushy.
You don't go hungry, do you? And you don't have to wear other folks' cast-off clothes, do you? My gum, you young'uns, you don't know you're well off.
And I'm sick of people telling me I don't know when I'm well off. Can I have some fish fingers?
Here you are, love. There'll be a nice job waiting for you somewhere.
Yeah, my premium funds are coming up as well. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra. Hey, hang on a minute. I'm getting a bit busy here now, and Alf can't help me much because there's a lot of overtime to be done at post office. How would you like to work here? Not permanent, just till over Christmas.
What, helping in the shop, you mean? Well, I don't know, really.
I thought you were desperate for a job.
Yeah, well, I'd like to think about it.
have a friend.
Oh, Tal, look.
You can give me a message for her if you like.
No thanks, love.
Well, she's generally in about tea time. Likes to come home and soak her feet in hot water. Well, you do, don't you, when you're knocking on a bit?
Now, well, I'll have to take your word for that, won't I?
How are they treating you down at the cafe these days?
Oh, quite well, really. Mr. Dawson hardly ever shows his face these days. It just leaves me to run the place.
Well, they must be very happy with you, lovey. That'll be 24 pence. Darling, lovely.
Have you thought about Christmas yet?
Well, I try not to do, love. It's not the time of the year that I enjoy very much these days.
No, well, that's just it. Have you made any plans?
No, not really. I mean, I'm doing the lunchtime session here, and after that, no, nothing.
Why don't you come round to me for your Christmas dinner? You could come as soon as you've finished here. In fact, you could stay the night. I just thought you might care to combine forces, so to speak.
Oh, lovely, what a very nice thought and a jolly good idea. I'd be glad to.
Oh, I'll certainly be glad to have your company, I must say. Oh, well, now that's settled. Cheers.
Cheers, me dear.
You wouldn't.
Oh, you've just had a caller at your house. Your other follower. Didn't say when he'd be back. Nice car he's got, isn't it?
Do me a favour, Hilda. Mind your own business, will you?
Still about then, I see. Friend Harry.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
You know, I've been thinking about what you said about, deciding whom you should see and whom your friends are.
Look, I had to do that, Ron. You left me no choice.
Exactly. But I agree.
You accept it? Oh, I'm glad you feel that way about it because, well, I enjoy your company and I enjoy going out with you and it'd be a pity to spoil a nice friendship.
It would, you know. That doesn't mean I like Harry Payne, mind you.
No, I don't want you to. I don't want you to change your likes and dislikes. I don't want that.
If you want to go out with him, that's fine by me. You won't get any objections from me.
And I'm not asking for a one-sided arrangement. You know, you're entitled to your friends too. I won't grumble.
Good. Look, why don't we go on enjoying each other's company, huh?
Yes, please.
I think we will drink to that.
We will. And I will get it.
There's nothing I like more than an independent-minded woman.
I better play nookie again, are you?
Going for some fags. Baldwin would go mad if he knew. Mind she's away today.
Hey, there aren't any nice, well-paid jobs going at your place, are there?
Hey, if there were, kid, I'd be after it myself.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I think we're sort of all right now, so we'll start the first lesson on Monday. Okay. Right. See you. Bye.
Hello, Flower. How's tricks?
Get lost.
Hey, you don't recognise me, do you? Eddie Yates. I'm a pal of your husband's. I met you with him, at Salford Dogs.
Oh, sorry, I don't remember.
Oh, I remember you, though. Karen, innit? How is Dave? I hear he had a spot of bother in Risley, innit?
On remand. That's why he's in there. He'll come out for the Crown Court next month.
Oh, can he get bail or nothing?
Well, the police keep objecting. But solicitor's still trying,
Oh, well, give me best when you see him, won't you?
Hey, listen, you won't say anything about Dave. They don't know him around here.
Oh, yeah, sure. See ya.
Thanks. Bye.
Look at this morning, love.
Oh, tell her very much. Thanks from Susie at last.
Oh, she's still alive, is she?
Yes, that's disappointed.
Well, I never thought for a second she wouldn't be alive and kicking. If ever there was a survivor, she is. See ya.
Makes a change not having the street cluttered up with your fancy men's various vehicles.
You must be talking to me, Hilda, because there's nobody else in the street.
Yeah, well, who else has fancy men calling all hours of the day and night? Engines revving, doors slamming, keeping decent folk from their sleep.
Keeping decent folk from their sleep, eh?
That's what I said.
Well, that can't include you, Hilda, because decent folk don't go poking their noses in other people's business. Decent folk aren't married to boozy husbands, and what more, they don't live in an imitation of a pigsty.
I'll have you for that, Elsie Tanner. I'll have you for slander. I've got witnesses. You heard her, didn't you? You'll be a witness.
You what, Hilda? Do you know, I think I must be a bit deaf this morning, love. What's a nice boy like you doing living in a street like this?
Oh, some cruel quirk of fate.
Same here.
Here, you heard her, didn't you? You heard what Elsie Tanner just called me.
Sorry, Hilda, I wasn't really listening.
Ah, well, I was. And she's not going to get away with it. Not as long as my name's Hilda Ogden.
Morning, Squire.
Morning.
Busy as per.
Yes, paperwork as usual. Bureaucracy's harvest.
You know, I must have been responsible for a bit of that in my time. There's files on me all over the place. The dole, the neck, social security, you name it.
Yes, well, at least you know you exist, Eddie. Well, there's the proof, all those files.
Do you know, I'd never thought of it like that. I suppose in a way you could say I've made me mark, in a manner of speaking, even if it is a black one. Have you had 11s then?
10 minutes ago, sorry.
No need to apologise, I just timed it badly. Look, this social security thing, have you had a chance to look into me tragic situation?
I've had a word, yes.
And are they going to reconsider, put me back on full benefit? Only I can't live on £9 a week, Ken. I mean, I'm not eating properly. I mean, I'm not getting the necessary niacin and riboflavin and thiamine, am I?
What are they?
Well, the vitamins, according to the cornflakes packet.
Yes, well, it doesn't show.
Ah, that is because I'm still wearing the same clothes.
Well, I'm told that you could put your case to the Benefits Appeal Tribunal.
I'll put it to Jimmy Young if they'll put me back on full benefit.
Yes, but with your record, Eddie, which would seem to indicate that there hasn't been a single vacancy in the entire country for a quarter of a century.
There haven't been many, Ken. And I mean, during the last period of full employment, I was inside. Now, that was a diabolical stroke of luck, that.
With your records, Eddie,
yeah,
there's no point in you appealing to anybody, except perhaps your mother.
Well, she would have helped had she been alive. I mean, she was the one woman who understood me. I mean, she realised I was a sensitive person, and as such, not suited to the hurly-burly of modern industrial society, you see.
Or to a job as a labourer at Bateman's.
Bateman's? That is a hot, nasty, noisy foundry.
£60 a week.
I wouldn't have lasted a week, Ken. I'd have had a rash and a nervous tic. All sorts of psychosomatic ailments.
You know, I think you would.
I know I would.
Come in. Oh, hello.
I'm not too soon, am I?
Smack on time. And Eddie was just on the point of leaving.
Yeah. Hello, Karen.
Hello, Eddie.
Right, I'll see you, Ken. Don't stick me name down for any jobs at Bateman's, will you? Only I forgot to tell you, I'd probably get prickly eating all.
What a character. You know him, do you?
Not really. I've seen him around, you know.
Yes, well, you can't exactly miss Eddie, can you? Right, well, let's get on to brass tacks, shall we? I've been doing a little bit of research, a bit of reading up on your problem.
Are you sure you can spare the time? Because when I got home the other day, I thought, well...
No, I can spare the time, no question. I got 1 or 2 books on the subject that should help, but I think the first thing to do is to find out just how good your reading is.
Oh, bad, you mean?
Well, let's see, shall we? Oh, by the way, do you work? Do you have a job?
Well, my job was in a biscuit factory, packing, you know. Well, I left. It was boring.
I can imagine.
Can I take my coat off?
Yes, of course. Sorry. Here, let me in.
If I can keep my fingers out of the till and the hot sticky manager at bay, I should be all right working here till Christmas. After that, my future will be in the lap of the gods again, which is how I think I prefer it. Well, you know me, daft as a brush and bristling with independence. She writes a very good letter, doesn't she?
Fascinating. But I'll tell you what's more fascinating. What? Wild and Elsie. We're bawling at one another this morning in the street.
Well, it could be one of 100 reasons, but it's probably a sex life.
Whose sex life?
Elsie's. It's blooming at the moment, didn't you know? Look how interested in Susie's letter.
Not particularly, no.
No,
about
sorry
us.
if I was boring you. I just thought you'd like to know how she was getting on, that's all.
I'm very glad she's all right, love. But about Elsie's sex
About
life.
this job you offered me yesterday. I've been thinking.
Job? Oh, yes. No, it's only temporary, you know, just till over Christmas. Still, it'll put some more candied peel in your Christmas pud.
I've never been that fond of Christmas pud. And I swore I'd never work in another shop.
Well, it's up to you, girl. It's there if you want it. Anybody think I were offering you a job in hospital?
I wonder if I could just push in for a second.
Why not? This one's thinking.
I only want to get back before Mr. Mike Baldwin will be docking my wages. It's just this list. Can I leave it with you?
List?
Christmas booze and stuff, you know. Well, some of us thought we might as well spend what we've got to come from Christmas Club here. You've done us a few favours, sending across fags and cakes and things.
That's very kind of you.
And we thought we'd give you a list, then you could get the stuff in.
Right, so leave it to me.
Don't know about you, but I'm always glad when Christmas is over. When you've 3 children and no husband. Anyway, I better get back or I'll have no job either.
Thanks, love. Thanks again. See, I've got some work for you already. Now, are you taking this job or aren't you?
Oh, all right.
Do you know, that's what I like. Enthusiasm.
December the 21st, your jumble sale.
Yes, I thought I was right. Well, in that case, when's the party?
This Saturday.
And Mrs. Watkinson's brood are going to be absent unless somebody tells her.
Yes, and knowing Mrs. Watkinson's brood, that's no bad thing.
That's very uncharitable, Kenneth.
Yes, but very true.
Sorry to have bothered you.
Bye.
Bye.
Right, now... This just isn't going to work, is it, Karen? Hello, could you hang on a sec, please? Thank you. Look, we'll have to find somewhere a little less public, a little less distracting. I know, there's my home, if you wouldn't mind coming there. It's just across the street.
No, if it's all right with you.
Oh, of course it's all right with me. Hello, Ken Barrow. Yeah, sorry about that.
Karen Barnes. Karen Barnes. No, it doesn't ring a bell. What's she look like?
Well, blonde, good figure, very tasty.
No. Anyway, what's your interest in her if she's married?
Oh, it's not my interest in it. It's my interest in somebody else's interest in it.
You know, I'm sure if I thought about that, I'd be able to understand. Give us a couple of weeks, eh? Yes, ladies?
Can I have 3 bottles of lager and 3 pies, please?
Right, you know to live, you workers.
Less of your old book, please.
Hark, who's talking? The mouthful you give poor Hilda this morning.
Up to standard, was it?
Brilliant. You've got to admit it has its advantages being common.
If I'm buying a Christmas pose, he'll only go and sup it.
Well, that's what you buy it for, isn't it, to be supped?
Yeah, but not for him to sup it.
Well, don't flame him, buy any then.
And then we won't have any, would we? Because he won't buy any. He's that flaming stingy.
Oh, I give up.
I suppose I could buy it and hide it.
A good idea.
Yeah, but when would I sup it? Except during night when he's asleep.
Look, Vera, just forget about buying any booze, eh? Buy something else with your Christmas club money, like a new nightie. I mean, he couldn't sup that, and he'd hardly want to wear it, would he?
He might have gone funny for all I know.
You know, I can never understand why you're still living with him, Vera.
Me neither.
Do you know, I've thought about that. I think it's just because he's got a front door key. I think if he lost that key, I don't think I'd ever see him again.
The bonds of marriage, a front door key.
That's just what I need.
What?
A front door key. Yours, to be precise. You know, I was looking forward to a couple of hours with my head down, and what do I find? Your door bolted and barred against me. You trying to tell me something, Elsie?
I think Els should be in.
She isn't, you know. Unless she's got a boyfriend in there.
That's possible. Now, look, if you just wait until I finish this, I'll come along with you with pleasure.
I could wait much better if I had a drink in my hand.
You know, you have all the makings of a cat man, Buster. And have the same again for him after this again.
Right.
Cheers.
I'm not going to let it drop, you know.
What time did you get in this morning?
Oh, about 6. And then, of course, I blew a gasket, didn't I?
Oh, that sounds painful.
I'm talking to you, Elsie Tanner.
Hilda, I thought we said all we had to say to each other this morning.
You might have, but I haven't. You made me look a fool in front of half the street. Still, I'm not the only one, am I?
Pardon?
Well, there's him and all, isn't there? I mean, does he know that the minute he goes out of your front door, there's another fella coming in the back? And a couple more dropping down the chimney, for all I know. Oh, for a woman who's supposed to be living on her own, you've got more pairs of pants in your house than a Burton shop. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh, this is the man I've been telling you about. My better half, Uncle Albert Tatlock. Uncle Albert, Karen Barnes.
How do?
Hello.
She's here.
Oh, right. Well, yes, I'm just off. You know, if you want my opinion, I reckon you're better off not reading. There's no paper these days except trouble and strife. Folks are never satisfied. How long before I can come back to my own home?
Well, give us at least an hour. I'm sure you can find something to do for an hour, can't you?
Right, I've got a bit of rubbish to burn on my allotment.
Right,
you
well,
must know.
there you are then.
Right. Hope you know what you're doing. Mind you, I don't find him very bright. Not with his qualifications.
He's my greatest fan, really. Karen?
You went and told him. You said you wouldn't tell anybody about you not being able to read, and right now you said.
I had to tell Uncle Albert. I mean, I had to give some explanation for inviting you here.
Yeah, I suppose you did. Sorry.
You really are very sensitive about it, aren't you?
Well, it's just that I feel so daft not being able to read right at my age. Having to go back to school again. Well, it's as good as, isn't it?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're never too old to learn.
You still sound like a school teacher.
Yes, well, old habits die hard. Now, where do you want to sit? At the table or by the fire? That would be less formal, more relaxed.
Well, I might be too relaxed by the fire. I just might drop off.
Right, well, definitely the table then. There you are. Now, according to the experts, one of the the best way is to improve your reading vocabulary, and eventually your writing vocabulary, is to start near home, you know, with words that you're used to hearing, words connected with your particular lifestyle. Am I making sense?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by lifestyle.
Well, anything to do with your own home and your work, that is, if you do work, and your social life, all that.
Oh, I see.
Right. Well, I thought we'd start with the home. So I've written some sentences on these bits of paper, and they're all connected with the home. In fact, this room, in fact. Right. Well, would you like to try that one?
We are sitting in the living room.
Now, could you actually read the word room?
No, but I knew it must be room coming after living.
Right, well, that's precisely the point I'm making. Now, try that one.
The room?
Yeah, you got it there.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry, go on.
The room has... Four
chairs
and a
table
in it.
Good, good.
Oh, I feel such a fool. I couldn't even read table.
Well, you're certainly not that. You're very quick on the uptake, intelligent.
You're just saying that.
No, I mean it. Yeah, try that one.
Can you
Hear
the clock ticking? Yeah, I can.
Excellent, excellent. Well done.
How'd you do?
She's not in again, you know.
Oh, blast. I was hoping she hadn't gone back to work yet.
There is somebody in, though.
Oh, thanks very much, love.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, Ron, lad. I believe Elsie's not in again.
At work?
Oh, that's a pity. I wanted to see her. You see, I've brought her, something. Do you think I could come in for a moment?
Oh, gee, do you reckon, Hilda?
More like a punch-up. She's not in.
Keep us informed, eh?
Don't worry, I will.
Oh, I seem to be unlucky.
Hmm?
I called her around yesterday and she wasn't here.
Did you now?
The woman next door told me she was out with you yesterday.
More than likely.
Aye. You got over Mallorca yet, Ron, lad?
I have, and you?
You need a holiday to get over that place, don't you?
All that booze and no sleep wouldn't do a horse much good.
Oh. Well, Ron, lad, we never learn.
I don't know. Some of us do.
Aye. Oh, well, I was saying, you know, I've been unlucky, but never mind. There'll be other times. I'll be able to call round and see Elsie and have a chat about...
Old times.
That's right. Well, what there were of them, anyway.
There is that.
Right. Right, well, I brought this for her. Well, a bottle of champers. She seemed to have quite a liking for it over there.
You bought her enough of it, didn't you?
You'll give it to her, won't you?
Delighted.
Great. Not working, Ronland?
Taxis and dry dock.
Oh, when you'll be having like a nice quiet day at home, won't you?
That's right. And there's no place like it, is there? Like home.
No. Well, you'll not see much of it, really, will you?
True enough. Not that I wouldn't like to. I mean, it's so comfortable and so cozy.
You bet. Right, well, give my regards to Elsie, will you? And tell her when I'm next around this way, I'll call in and look her up.
You're not very often, though, are you?
What?
Round this way.
No, not very often.
Tough.
Right. Well, I'll be off. Bye. Oh, Ron, lad, you'll not forget, will you?
Hmm?
The bottle.
No chance.
Great.
That was short and sweet.
Do me a favour, love, will you? Shut your trap.
Don't you speak to me like that. I've enough to put up with that floozy of yours. And you're not much cop neither, carrying on with the likes of her. Driving round in a posh car would make you a gentleman, you know. And I bet you're married, aren't you?
So I keep detergents and stuff under here so that it doesn't contaminate food or anything. Hey, up, a deputation.
Yeah, I'm not with them. Hey, what are you doing here? Looking as if you're working for a change.
I am working here. I started this aft.
Oh, wonders will never cease.
I have tried to get a job, you know, Elsie. I'm not lazy.
All right, Chuck, I'm only joking. Give us a packet of chocolate biscuits, eh?
Certainly, madam.
So if she's on her own, what can I do for you two?
Go on then, tell her.
I want to make an alteration, you know, to that list that Eileen brought across.
I know. You want to double your order. And if you do, I am in a position to give you some discount. Not a
No,
lot,
she
but-
wants to take something off it, actually.
Oh, no. I've only had flaming list a couple of hours. Anyway, I've ordered it now, all from the wholesaler. I've just come off phone, haven't I, girl?
What? Oh, yes, she has.
You're a worse liar than she is, love.
Go on, what do you want off?
You know that bottle of banana liqueur?
Is that all? I don't know why you're bothering. Why are you bothering?
Oh, look, it's a long story, love. You best not to ask, I tell you.
You're telling me. Listen, I'm sorry to put you to so much trouble, kid, but it's my husband, you see.
Why does he not like banana liqueur? I mean liqueur.
He's not going to get a chance. Come on, Lightning.
Listen, if I can get rid of my husband before Christmas, I'll come and put it back on right. Well, you never know you look, do you?
We have to work with her, you know.
Still half a minute over there with her. Still it keeps you young, doesn't it?
Was there much blood then?
You're talking to me?
Have you not been home this afternoon then?
No, why?
Oh dear.
Come on, spit it out. What's happened?
Well, when I was coming home from Rovers, fella number 2, or is he number 1? Anyway, Ron were letting him in your house, and in they went. Well, we've heard naught since, no shots, or sounds of blows, and Hilda's been quiet enough.
You're a little ray of sunshine, you are.
I hope I've not got you worrying, Elsie.
Hello there. School's out early, is it?
Well, where is he?
Who?
You know who.
No, I don't.
Harry Payne.
Oh, that who? Oh, sure, he's been and gone.
Oh, and what happened between him and going?
Not much. Not much at all.
Ron!
Well, he knocked on the door. I invited him in.
Why?
Well, we're old friends, aren't we?
Oh, that's news to me.
Yeah, and he came into that room and we talked.
What about?
Oh, what about? We talked about good days in Mallorca, the price of fish, the weather, you name it.
I suppose I wasn't mentioned at all, was I?
Yeah. He did say something about he was sorry that he came and you weren't here. That was nice of him. I thought so, don't you?
Terrific. What and then?
Well, just went.
Oh, just like that?
Just like that.
No trouble?
No.
When's he coming back?
He didn't say. Oh, did he?
Well, did he?
Yes. He said something about having to go away on business and that he will be away for a very long time. Yes, indeed, a very long time.
Which you would have mentioned in passing.
Yeah. Listen, you wouldn't happen to have such a thing as something tangy like a grapefruit juice, because I've got this terrible thirst. It must have something to do with slaving over a hot stove. Elsie?
I've got some orange juice in the fridge. Where did this come from?
Ah, that.
Well,
You know how you formed a liking for the odd glass in Mallorca?
well, more than the odd glass.
Exactly. So,
So, you thought you'd buy me this to make up for being so nasty to me?
you know, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, thanks, Ron. That's very kind of you. Thanks very much. think I've got some orange juice in the fridge.
Yes, next Monday, it suit me fine.
Same time?
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, get yourself a little notebook, a school exercise book will do, and write in it all the words that you can remember.
Homework, yeah? I never even had that at proper school. Or if we did, I never did it.
Well, you didn't have the right kind of teachers then. Oh, you again?
I just wanted a word.
Right, I'll see you on Monday.
All right,
Bye.
fine, thanks.
Well, come on in. I must warn you, if Uncle Albert comes back, he's quite likely to throw us out. Right, what can I do for you this time?
Could I ask you a personal question, Ken?
Fire away.
Well, what's the connection between you and Karen Barnes?
Well, as a matter of fact, that is rather personal.
Oh.
Well, why are you asking?
Well, it's a little bit delicate, you know.
Be indelicate.
Well, you know an old man's a villain. He's on remand. He's in Risley at the moment.
On remand?
You didn't know, did you?
No, I didn't know.
Well, a word to the wise, mate. Being friendly with a con's wife is a very unhealthy pastime.
More cards, Tracy. Just hope there's none from somebody we've forgotten to send one to. Oh, that's nice. It's from your Auntie June and Uncle Frank in Huddersfield. Look at that. Look at the robins. You see the little robins? Mummy. It's all go, isn't it? Honestly, visitors at this time. Anyway, finish that toast, sweetheart. It's got honey on it. Hello.
Hello. I brought you this round. I wouldn't care, but it's clearly addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Arlington, 5 Coronation Street.
Well, they're pulled out at the moment, Mr. Tatlock. You can't blame them for one little slip-up. Anyway, thanks very much for bringing it round.
Right.
Listen, do you want a cup of tea? It's only just brewed.
Well, thanks very much, but I can't stop. Postman's not the only one that's worked hard this time of year, you know. We run off our feet across the road. We've got to do tonight and haven't even got chairs out.
Well, as long as you keep busy, eh?
Busy? You know they won't be happy over there till I drop in my tracks. You got a tree.
Yeah, of course we have. Why shouldn't we?
Well, folks seldom seem to bother these days. Unless they buy them artificial ones, they're silvery plastic, but I like a tree to look like a tree.
Yeah, me too. Even if the flipping needles do make a mess all over the floor. We're going to do it up this afternoon, aren't we, kid?
Oh, you love. Ta-da, Tracy, love. Ta-da.
Ta-da. Yes, and we're going to put this fairy dolly right on the top, aren't we? Look, right up there. How's that? Does that look nice? Where? Lower down. Down. That looks right there.
Ivy Tilsley, that's a terrible thing to say. She don't mean it.
I do mean it. Do you mind? I hate Christmas. Every flaming, rotten, backbreaking, thankless minute of it.
Oh, come on, Ivy. What's Christmas ever done to you?
Anyway, I think it's blaspheming, isn't it?
I'm not talking about the religious side. If it was just the religious side, I wouldn't mind. I quite like going to church. Well, once in a while.
Oh, and what then?
Well, as I see it, there are 2 sorts of Christmases that you can have. There's the kind that women in women's magazines have, and the kind that women like us have. Cooking, cleaning, washing up, and more cooking.
Oh, Ivy.
Another of them. Oh, Ivy. I'm right, though, aren't I? Well, you two don't know you're born, you and her.
Oh, where did you get that fascinating idea from?
Because you can please yourself what you do, that's why. I mean, you've got no fellas to look after.
Well, I don't think that's a very nice thing to say either.
Oh, I've got nought against mine. He's not a bad lad, but say what you will, Christmas is no holiday for a woman. It's just one long slog.
Well, it's no different for me. I've still got 3 growing kids to cater for. Not thank me for a boiled egg Christmas dinner.
It's not the same thing.
No, it's not the same, and you want to try spending a few Christmases on your own before you pass judgment. I know it's not a laugh-a-minute skivvying for somebody else over Christmas, but you want to try sitting there all on your own, pulling crackers, drinking cheap sherry, watching the telly till your eyes go square, then trolling up to bed with a sleeping pill and wishing it was tomorrow so you could just get back to work for somebody to talk to, even if it's just somebody like you.
Anyway, what's she got her rag up about? She'll not be on her own this Christmas. She's got her Irish fancy man to put something in her stocking, no danger.
Message from the boss.
Saying?
Well, saying if it's not too much trouble, he'd be most extremely grateful if you ladies would condescend to do a bit more work around here.
See what I mean? Liberation in a pig's eye. All we've been put on this earth for is to be men's flaming rotten skivvies.
Oh, don't she go on?
Oh, I'm busy naturally, but I'm coping now that I've got Gail to give me a hand. How about you talking of managing?
I think I'll leave it till after the holidays. I think I'll just advertise then and see what turns up.
Can you keep that for our elder, please? Are you taking on casual labour?
Not that flipping casual, Stanley.
Not what casual?
Not the kind of work you do.
I'm not thinking about me.
Oh.
I'm thinking about Eddie.
Oh.
He's having it rough, you know.
Look, if he wants flipping charity, let him go to the Sally Army. If and when I take somebody on, it'll be a grafter. I can't afford to carry passengers.
There's no need to be like that. It was only a suggestion.
Oh, fair enough, mate. But let's say it wasn't a very good suggestion, eh?
Can't your Ken help him? Who? Eddie. He's having it rough since they cut his dole down, you know.
Well, he's been trying to, hasn't he? Though why he should, I don't know. It's not his job.
It doesn't stop him meddling with people on the other side of the law, does it? Eddie's in a more deserving case, too. So tell him to get a move on, will you?
I knitted.
Knitted.
Oh, yeah, hang on. I knitted Dave a sweater for his birthday. Just a minute, am I reading this or remembering it?
A bit of both, I think. Go on.
Red with white, his teen.
Good. Does he follow them regularly?
Or when he can.
And do you go with him? I mean, what do you both do at the weekends?
Oh, you know, usual things.
I'd like to meet him.
You can't because, well, you know, I don't want him to know about this.
He needn't know. Karen, do you trust me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, go on. Read it again.
I like knitting. I knitted Dave a sweater for his birthday. It was a bit big.
Though.
Oh, yeah, though.
Yeah, it's a tough one, that. Right, read it once more, and then I want you to write it.
Yeah, I will.
Where do you think you're going?
For me dinner. Do I have to ask permission now?
No, but we thought, me and my colleagues here, you know, it'd be a nice democratic gesture if the management agrees on with this lot.
All right, since when have I been management then?
Well, if you're not, it's okay, then get stuck in with rest of us
I'm
workers.
past all that rubbish.
What rubbish?
Oh, I could tell. You changed your tune since this morning. Christmas was public enemy #1. And now look at you, up to the arms in tinsel and decorations.
Oh, it's not for me, it's for them, isn't it? You have to put a bit of a show on, they expect it.
Yes.
You know, I've worked it out all by myself, and without the help of my little electronic calculator. But you lot have done all of 4.5 minutes work this morning.
I'm not sure about that 0.5, Mike.
Hey, well, it is Christmas, Mr. Bowl.
No, it's not. Not for another 6 days yet.
But you have to have a bit of a run-up to it, don't we? I mean, to get into the spirit of things.
We are doing this in his own time, Mr. Baldwin. It is his dinner hour.
Dinner hour? God, the old mornings when you want a long dinner hour.
All right, then, where do you want it? And no funny answers from you, either.
What do you think you're doing?
Well, I'm working on the principle of if you can't beat them, join them. That way we might get a few pair of jeans out this afternoon.
Right then, Steve, you grab end of that. There'll be some throwing pins there. Oh, and Eileen, now that we've got these two muscle men to give us, and you can nip off to the bank.
No.
Well, it's a good time as any, love. I mean, it's late night closing. If I get me money, I can do a bulk of my shopping today. To that.
Hey, she's not going on her own, is she?
Oh, she'll be all right. Listen, I doubt if the Underworld's had a tip-off that we're going to get his Christmas club payout today.
Oh, I should hope not. I've been looking forward to my turkey and Christmas pud for the last 6 months.
Not to mention Irish coffee to follow it.
I were worried over Eileen.
Oh, no, you'll not get yourself mugged, love, will you? She's got more sense.
Right, I'll be off then.
No, hang on a minute. All joking aside. How much are you bringing back?
Well, she's good treasure. What, about 300 quid, eh?
Well, will you be all right, love? I mean, Steve will go with you if you like.
No, honest, I'm fine. You stay and help the girls, love. You come in handy, we're being tall.
You've upset her, you know.
I have?
You know, she's been dead quiet all morning. Over you going on about having an husband to cook for. I mean, she can't help it if she's divorced with 3 kids. I mean, do you think she likes it?
Oh, come off it. She knows me. I tell you what, I did invite her at Kids Round over Christmas, as it so happens, but she said no. Right, let's get cracking. You big lad up there. Here, you have the other end of that. And Elsie, you Margie and Stella, you start hanging them up, love.
Hey, what do you want me to do?
You can blow balloons up. You've got enough hot air inside you.
Isn't this jolly?
Yes, it is. And I tell you what, while we're at it, we'll sing the Holly and the Ivy as a round. Me, Vera and Steve will start it, won't we? Come on, Sean. The Holly and the Ivy,
when they are both and she's the one that doesn't like Christmas.
That are in the woods, there are
Get off.
Take this.
You're not going to your son's then this Christmas, Mrs. Ogden?
No, we thought we'd give it a miss this year. Well, they have their own parties, you know, young couples like themselves. It's not really for me and Stan. Although, mind you, we'd be very welcome if we did go. Oh, very welcome.
I'm quite sure you would.
I want a word with you.
Look, it's about them top windows. I did them again. There was no need to. They were all right.
It's got naught to do with windows, although there were a lot wrong with the way you did them both times. What I want to know is, what did you mean it shocked?
When?
A little earlier, when you read about our kid helping a deserving case.
All right, nothing.
Oh, you were hinted at something, and I want to know what.
I've told you note. Look, Eddie told me something in confidence, you see, and he'd blow his top if he knew I'd told that.
I see, and you want me to do you a favour.
What favour?
Well, getting our Ken to crack in to find Eddie a job. I've got a bit of influence with him, you know.
Look, if I tell you, you must swear not to tell a living soul, especially your Ken.
I swear.
Right, come on.
Right.
You don't mind if I carry on with this, do you, Mrs. Sharples? Only have another load out line. Honestly, I don't know where they all come from.
I've told you, you get on with your busy. I haven't come to disturb you. I've just come to see how you are and this little lass here.
Ah, we're both fine. And how are you? How's your back been behaving this bad weather?
Oh, well, I can't expect to be a Wonder Woman at my age. Is your mum all right?
Yeah, she's fine. Seems to get younger every day. Do you know somebody actually took us for sisters while I was there?
Hey,
listen, if you hang on a bit, I'll make a cup of tea when I finish this.
No, you needn't bother. You've got enough to do.
It's no bother. I'm glad to see you.
You pleased to be home, then?
Yeah. It's always nice to get back to your own things, especially with this one.
Go and hang your stocking up for Santa Claus, lovey.
She's a bit mystified by it all, actually. She doesn't really understand what's going on. She knows something is, though. She's all there with the lemon drops.
Are you taking her to church on Christmas Day?
Well, I'd not really thought about it, Mrs. Sharples. She's a bit young, really.
Never too young to be taken into the house of the Lord, love. You remember what he said? Suffer little children to come under me.
Yeah, I know all that, but, well, to be honest, we've never really been churchgoers. I mean, we didn't even get married in a church. Well, Ray wanted to. It was me.
You get on with your hand and love. I'll put the kettle on.
Now, take it slowly. Don't rush it.
You've a lot of patience.
Yeah, well, I had to as a teacher.
Well, you haven't half taken him for a ride, have you?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, you haven't exactly played straight with him, have you? Why didn't you tell him from the start about your husband?
Look, Uncle Albert, this is none of your business.
Oh, yes, it is. It's my house. He's in prison, isn't he? Are you going to lie about that and all?
I never lied. He's on remand. He's not been sentenced.
No, but it's not first time, is it? He's been inside before.
I'm sorry. Ken's right. It's not your business.
My gum, she's making a right muggy go.
Well, I don't see how. I'm teaching Karen. Her husband's whereabouts has got nothing to do with it.
Well, then why didn't she tell you? Why did she have to hide it?
Why do you think?
Well, I suppose because you thought I wouldn't go ahead, which didn't exactly do me a lot of justice.
Would you have kicked me out from the start if you'd known?
I did know.
You knew? Eddie Yates. And after he went and promised
Yeah, well,
me...
don't blame Eddie. He didn't break his promise lightly. Eddie's known me for a long time, and he thought I had a right to know what I was getting into.
Exactly. He's got more flipping sense than you.
Look, Uncle Albert, I'm teaching her. Her husband has got nothing to do with it.
By gum, you live in a world of your own, don't you? Has it ever struck you for 1 second what folks might be saying? Ken Barlow's giving a young woman private lessons, and in his own home, while her husband's conveniently in jail and likely to stop there. Do you think she hasn't thought about that? Else why does she keep her mouth shut?
I've told you I'm going. You heard what he said.
Yes, well, what about me? I mean, doesn't my opinion count?
He's right, though, isn't he?
Look, I've got naught against you, except that you should have told him
Oh,
from the start.
OK, perhaps I should.
I still don't know why you didn't.
Well, I suppose I would have done sooner or later, but in the beginning, I was that chuffed that you were going to teach me. I didn't want to mess things up. Listen, I'm not ashamed of Dave. He's my husband and he's had a rough deal, but I'm going to stick by him. He's never had anybody that's given a damn about him before, but now he's got me.
Where exactly is he?
Risley.
Oh, I see. So that's why you wanted to learn to read and write.
Yeah, to be able to send him letters when... Well, if he gets sent down. And to be able to read the ones he'll send me.
You mean he doesn't even know about you not being able to read and write?
We've only been married 7 months. I don't know, I managed to keep it from him somehow. But I don't want him thinking he's got a stupid, ignorant fool for a wife.
Oh, it's a dab hand at keeping things from folks, aren't you?
I'm sorry. Weren't you going to let on that you found out?
Well, it was your business. If you wanted to tell me, you would. I gave you a chance when we were talking about him earlier.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It wasn't I was trying to trick you or anything. It was just
Yeah,
that...
I know. Now, look, I think we've wasted enough time. Now, I've got half an hour left.
You still want to teach me?
Well, even more so now I know how important it is for you.
And what about what he said?
Uncle Albert?
Well, I suppose if he was to let it be known that I was in the house and round about, it'd stop folks wagging, wouldn't it?
You mean be a chaperone, like?
Although I still think you should never have got yourself involved.
Yeah. Now.
Tea's brewed.
Just come in. Oh, will you get that, Mrs. Sharples? I just want to get this next load of washing in before it starts pouring.
All right, love.
Hello? Yes, this is the Langton's house. You've got the right number. Who's that?
Who is it, Mrs. Sharples?
Husband.
Ray? Oh, I see. Yeah, well, what's in it? I mean, can't you tell me now? You know, the Christmas post. Oh, all right. I just don't know what you have to make such a big mystery about. Yeah, she is. Do you want to speak to her? Hang on a minute. Tracy, Daddy's on the phone. Do you want to speak to him? Do you want to speak to Daddy? No. Come and speak to Daddy.
Every Christmas since we've been wed, we've had a turkey.
Well, that's not true, neither. Many's the time we've had to make do with a chicken. And there've been times it's only been a tin of corned beef.
Yeah, it's just normal food, though, isn't it?
Well, duck's normal food, you crate egg. Plenty of people have duck, don't they?
Oh, yes, they do. My poultryman says it's getting very popular.
I don't like duck.
Oh, he's impossible, isn't he? You've never flaming eaten one, have you? So how can you make a statement like that?
They quack.
Well, I wasn't proposing to shove it down your gob live. Although that mightn't be a bad idea. Shut you up for a bit. Any road, chickens cluck, don't they? And cows moo. You don't object to them.
They're greasy.
How do you know, never having had one?
Ducks are always greasy. It's a well-known fact.
Well, it's right there, you know, Hilda. They are a bit on greasy side. Very nice, but they're an acquired taste.
Oh, I don't know. Every week for 6 rotten months I've been putting money in that Christmas club at the factory. My money, what I've earned with my own aching bones. And just for once, thanks to me thinking ahead, we won't have to scrimp and scrape to have a decent Christmas dinner. And now I can't even flaming have what I want.
Well, what do you want duck for anyway? Have you had it somewhere?
No, I haven't. But I seen them cooking one on telly and it looked very nice. Any road, I fancied something different. Because, I mean, everything else will be the same. Mince pies will be the same, puddings will be the same, spuds will be the same, sprouts will be the same. Well, duck would have been somewhat a bit different. Would have been a change.
I don't like a change. I like what I'm used to.
Oh, honest, talk about stick in the mud. I don't know how your mother ever weaned you off flaming bicky pegs.
How much have you got in this club?
Ah, well, that's a little secret to be known only to me and Mrs. Roberts here when I come in to spend it.
And you're going to spend it all on food. What about the ale?
Do you know, I think I prefer wine myself. I like a nice glass of red wine with my dinner.
I don't. It's just coloured vinegar. It's not a fella's drink.
Well, it's not a fella's money. What's paying for it, is it? It's my money, what I've earned. And when I go and get it this afternoon, I might just go out and spend it on a new dance frock or an afro perm or a quick trip to Paris. All depends on my mood.
I said somebody should have gone with her.
Well, I did offer, but she said she'd be all right.
There must be some explanation.
But whatever it was, she could have phoned.
Marvellous, isn't it? Would you credit it? Ask them to do a bit of overtime. They look at me as if I've crawled out from under a stone. But give them a bit of tinsel to hang up.
We are waiting for Eileen.
Eileen? Well, ain't she back yet?
No, not yet.
But she went to the bank at 12:30. It's now 6:15.
Quite.
And she hasn't been in touch?
You're not a dicky bird.
Hello. So I've not come to work, I've just come for my money. Well, what's up?
Eileen, she's not back from the bank yet.
Oh, well, I'll hang on for a bit, eh? Can't be long, can she?
She went at dinner time, Hilda.
You what? Hey, you don't think anything... I've got all my money in that club, all my Christmas money.
We're all in the same boat.
Well, what have you done about it? Do you want me to go round the house?
No, Ivy's already gone round.
Oh, well, then. If anyone can make any sense out of this, Ivy can. Now, Vera, love, put the kettle on, will you? Sure you ladies would like a cup of tea while you're waiting. I know I would.
No, you're not interrupting anything. Not having my tea for half an hour yet. Spuds aren't done.
Tracy in bed?
Yeah, I've had to put her down. She was still tired from the journey yesterday.
How is your mum?
Oh, she's fine. They're telling Mrs. Sharples.
Oh, you've had a few visitors then, have you?
Look, I'm all right, you know, Len. I mean, I'm not convalescent or anything. I'm still part of the human race.
Yeah, I know. I
You
just didn't
don't know what to say, I know. Neither does anybody else. So it's just best not to say anything. I'll sort myself out.
Well, that's what I came about, really. That and to find out if you... Have you made any decision about the yard?
What, coming back, you mean?
It's not charity, you know. I mean, that paperwork's piling up to such an extent I won't be able to get through the office door soon for bump.
Well, it'd have to be part-time.
Well, that's how we managed before.
Yeah, but there were 3 of us to cope then, remember?
Well, I did think of taking somebody else on, but I thought I'd leave it until after Christmas and the New Year, you know.
You'll have to. Rita will go spare if you carry on trying to do that lot on your own. How is Rita, by the way?
Red-headed, as usual. She thought of bobbing in, but she thought she'd let you settle down first. Well, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Will you give me a day or two, Len? I mean, I don't want to say yes and then have to let you down.
You do want to work, don't you?
Well, I'll have to, won't I? But you see, it might have to be full-time, and then I'd have to get a baby minder, which I don't want to do. Now, I'll just have to see how my finances work out. You see, if I do come back to work, I might finish up paying the baby minder more than the difference I'd make working full-time. Anyway, give me a day or two.
You're a good girl, you know, Deirdre. One of the best.
Am I? And one of the daftest.
Eh?
Well, some people might say that. I mean, I could be living in comfort and security in Holland with my husband instead of trying to make it on my own here.
So? No.
But why don't I, you mean? I don't know, Len. That's one question with a lot of different answers. You phoned me today.
Ray, he's not thinking of coming back, is he?
Oh, no, I don't think so. He just said he'd been doing a lot of thinking. Anyway, he sent me a letter. It should be here either tomorrow or the day after.
You don't think he could be coming back?
No, I doubt it. Seems happy enough over there. Anyway, even if he did come back, it doesn't mean to say we'd get back.
No.
Anyway, I'll let you know the gist of it when it comes.
I better leave you to it then, haven't I? You will let me know about the yard, won't
Oh, sure, yeah. Listen, I'll pop in tomorrow, Len, and sort out the worst of it, whatever I decide.
you? Great. See you then.
Love to Rita.
Tom.
Oh, she's here.
Well?
She's gone.
Oh, no. She's gone? Gone where?
Well, there were nobody in the house. I knocked, so I went round to neighbours, and one of them said they'd seen her go out about 3 o'clock with kids and a couple of suitcases.
Oh, no, I don't believe it. Choker. I'll flaming choker.
I don't believe it. Nor Eileen. We trusted her, that's why we made her treasurer. I just don't believe it.
I'm afraid you've got to believe it, love. Your treasurer's done a bunk and taken your money with her. It has been known to happen.
Yeah, but not to us, not Eileen. She was one of his mates.
This Christmas, Mrs. Walker?
Hardly, dear. Like his mother will be worked off his feet.
Yes, I suppose they will be busy, won't they? Christmas in Jersey.
Booked solid until after the New Year. All sorts of festivities, too. But, you know, he has one great advantage. It's a very good class of trade.
Yes, I imagine it is.
Not like working with the rabble.
Mrs. Walker, I hope you're not
No,
suggesting...
No, of course not, dear. I love my regulars very dearly. But it's a funny thing, you know. The carriage trade is far less demanding.
I wouldn't know. I don't get much of it passing.
Oh, it's true, dear. From what I've known of people with money, they're very easily satisfied. You see, they only want one thing, and that is the best.
There's plenty of us would like the best, Mrs. Walker, if we only had the brass.
That's where you're wrong, dear. There are many people who wouldn't recognise the best. Now, I hate to sound snobbish, and I'm not being, but there are people who wouldn't know quality if it jumped up and bit them in the leg. That's the tragedy of these pools winners.
You make me feel quite sorry for them.
Do you know, I genuinely think I am. To have money without having the training in life for it, well, that can be the road to misery. I mean, think of the Ogdens with £500,000.
I shouldn't imagine me.
Yes, but really, could you?
Oh, I can imagine me with millions easily.
Yes, but the Ogdens, dear. I mean, if it were not a tragedy, well, it would be a farce.
I think they'd have the best laugh, though.
If there are two people in this world...
No, I've got some lovely baked ham, Mrs. Walker. I can recommend it.
Pardon, dear? Baked ham? Yes.
Shall I just sort of cut you a slice and then you can see it?
Good morning, Mrs. Elton.
Is it? It might be for some. Rini, I've just popped in to tell you something you ought to know.
Oh, yes, and what's that?
Well, you might not be doing such good business this Christmas in certain quarters. Us Christmas club's been embezzled.
You're joking.
Oh, I'm not joking. I only wish I was. So if you've been filling out any of them orders, you might have to think again.
Now, look, I mean, it's not on. What's happened?
She's gone off with the money. Eileen Tipson.
Gone off?
Gone off. Disappeared. So you could be left with a lot of stuff. And a lovely Christmas we'll be having.
Well, what are you doing about it?
Oh, we'll be taking the necessary steps. You needn't fret there.
Hey, Ivy, has she turned up?
Are you going round again?
Well, what's the point? That's one place you'll not find her. Look, she's done a flip. There's no two ways she's gone. What do you think, Elsie?
About Annie?
What you got to please?
I don't know, love. I think we have to be absolutely sure first.
Of course we're sure she's gone off with all the worldly possessions.
I don't know. I don't like it. Not unless we're absolutely certain sure.
Longer we leave it, further she's gone.
Yeah, but I don't like putting the police on somebody with 3 kids and nobody to support them or
I
anything.
think you're too charitable. She's pinched that money. Yeah, well, we know that.
No, we don't know it. Not for certain. I mean,
Course
don't
she
hold
has.
out much hope, but we've got to be utterly, definitely certain.
Of course, she's made a right fool of me, and I don't intend being made a fool of any longer. I suppose she's right. There's no else we can do.
Yeah, well, the best thing you can do is get cracking, please the boss, and put faith in your Christmas bonus.
Oh, and that'll be marvellous, won't it? What with strike and all. Have you any idea how much, Elsie?
There's the fella to ask.
Go on, Ivy. Mr. Baldwin, could I have a word?
Well, I should think so, Ivy. I mean, after all, it's quiet enough in here, isn't it?
All right, girls, you all know what Mr. Baldwin means. Look, we were wondering about Christmas bonus.
Bonus? What Christmas bonus?
Well, some of the girls is going to need it more than usual, you know. I mean, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, well, I thought you were going to give me one this year.
Oh, come on, you can't tell us it's been as bad as that.
Yeah, well, all right, it'll be something. I don't quite know what. I haven't worked it out yet.
Well, have you got any idea? Just give us a rough idea.
Well, I'll get Steve on it when he comes in.
Will we know by this afternoon?
If we don't get any aggravation from in here, yes.
Oh, no, Mr. Baldwin. We won't have any aggravation, will we, Ivy?
Well, we both need it, don't we?
Right then, I'll get him started. Bet he gets in.
And we better have a general get-together this dinner time and all.
Good idea, but shall we get this lot shifted first?
Oh, I'd love to bring her neck.
Well, of course she'll have a Christmas. She'll have a proper Christmas. I'll see to that.
Oh, I'm quite sure she'll want for nothing, but all the same...
Look, I don't believe in 2 people staying together for the sake of the kid, Mrs. Sharples. I'd far rather have 1 happy parent than 2 miserable ones.
Well, I'm saying no about it.
Yeah, it's what you're thinking, though, isn't it?
Well, as I said, I'm saying no, but I only hope you can manage, that's all.
Oh, just a minute.
Oh!
I thought I'd fix you up with it here, darling. It might be easier for you.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello, Mrs. Sharp.
What are you bringing that thing in here for?
Deirdre's going to do a bit of work for me.
Oh,
you know.
that'll keep her occupied.
Oh, you needn't bothered. I can get into the office.
Well, I thought it'd be easier for you here, then you can do it in your own time.
Yeah, but you not know me hours.
Well, I'm a fool. I'll trust you.
Oh, this is from me mum.
That's from the lad himself.
Yeah.
Your daddy. Well, you're going to read it sometime.
Oh, I dare say I'll get round to it.
Hey, look, is that all right there with her?
Yes, fine. I bet you didn't bring any paper.
I did, you know. It's in the van. I'll go and get it. All the gear. Bye-bye.
Do you know, to tell you the truth, Mrs. Sharples, I wish he wouldn't write at all.
It's never dinner time, is it?
No, I'm just looking for something.
Hello.
Hello there.
Are you doing your Christmas cards?
Aye, just a few. I don't send many.
No, not me. Listen, it doesn't matter if you can't find it.
No, it's all right. It's here somewhere.
Well, I don't want to put you to any trouble.
No, it's no trouble at all. You might find it a bit hard, but, well, you will find it hard. But, Uncle Albert, have you seen it? It's a blue book with a photograph on the front, and it's called Next Move.
Well, you say so. I've been having a read of it.
Did you find it interesting?
Aye, we're all right.
Yes, that's praise indeed coming from him. Now, you might find it a bit hard, but it's in ordinary English, you know, not school book English.
Very good that way.
I'll have a go. Looks a bit, though.
Yeah, well, in a year's time, it'll look very different.
Do you honestly think? I mean, sometimes I think it's just too late.
Ridiculous. It's never too late.
No, I don't mean like it's too late. I mean like it's too late because I've gone stupid. It's hard making yourself study, and I'm dead lazy, really.
Look, you've done the hard bit. That was coming to me. Now it's just a question of getting on with it.
Yeah, but I still need pushing, even though I want to do it.
Yeah, well, so do most people. And don't worry, I'll push you.
Oh, I wish I'd had a teacher like you at school. You'd have been a good teacher.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter how good your teacher is. You have got to do the work. Now, take it away and struggle.
All right, then. And I'll see you tonight.
Yeah.
Tra?
Hello.
I'll be doing my own Christmas cards next year.
Yeah. Come round any time you like. Make it early and we might get a drink in.
All right, then. Bye.
Bye. She's doing very well.
All right.
Amazing, isn't it? All these years, just because she didn't learn at the right time.
Now, why is she suddenly so keen?
Well, you heard, so she can write to her husband while he's a guest of Her Majesty. But I think there's a bit more to it.
Yeah, I think there might be. You know, you want to watch your step.
Oh, do you think she fancies me?
Oh, don't be laughing.
Your imagination's working overtime.
Look, it's not my imagination you've got to worry about. It's other folks. You're bringing that girl in here, giving her lessons. Next thing, you'll be taking her into Rovers. I don't know so much about her fancying you.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, I know I'm old-fashioned.
Yeah, well, in this case, you are.
Yes, but I'll still think that she's the type that you don't want to get too social with.
You know, I think you're a snob.
Yeah, well, I've said what I think.
Is everybody here?
Hilda's not here.
Oh, that's no great loss, is it?
Well, she'd have money, you know.
Well, she'll go along, won't she? Whatever. I mean, thing is, what are we going to do?
Well, Elsie's not here either.
Oh, we better wait then. Cheers.
I can't believe it, you know. £1 a week since June, and she knew I was depending on that money.
Eileen, of all people. If the one person you thought you could trust.
Oh, it's police.
What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
They're all agreed, Elsie, we go to police.
Oh, I suppose you're right, but I don't like it, really.
Well, none of us like it, Elsie.
Oh, I know, but if they catch her, she'll have to be punished, won't she?
Oh, I know what you're going to say. We're punishing them 3 kids. Well,
it is, isn't it?
Oh, well, they're not sent her to jail. Well, they're not first time.
but is it first time? I mean, we don't know, do we?
Come on, Pete. It'll be probation, won't it? And think of how them kids are going to feel with their mum on probation. And what are the other kids at school going to say?
It's too high. You know what kids are like.
Well, I'm not hanging around like this, and I mean, we can't find her, can we?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You'll get no tick off that Renee. Because I've made inquiries as to whether she'll do the orders on credit.
And won't she?
Well, she echoes like. From what she said to Stan, it's if it was one, it'd be all, and she's treating all alike. So we can flame him whistle.
Well, look, wherever she goes, she's going to be looking for a job or she's got to sign on the dole. So they'll want her papers or a P45 or whatever. They've got to get in touch with the last employers. And when they do, we'll find her, won't we?
Well, I can't wait for all that malarkey.
Oh, anybody else go along with me?
Yeah. Well, you're outvoted, Hilda.
Got nothing to do with it. What you do's your own business. But Eileen Tipson's got £30 of my money, so I'm entitled to go to the police on my own, which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Oh, well, you can't.
Hello, Mrs. Tipson. The girls have been very worried about you. Do you know that? They're all over at the Rovers.
I'm going to wait for them. Here.
Oh, hang on a minute, lovey. Elsie, it's for you, love. Young Steve.
Oh, no rest for the wicked.
Yeah, no.
Hello, Elsie here. You what? When? No, love. No, you did right to tell me. Yeah, hang on. Yes, I'll be over in 2 minutes. Yeah, okay. Can I drag you out of here a minute, love?
Now?
Yeah, now.
I've not had my dinner.
Look, I've just had Steve on the phone. It's important.
I'm sorry, Elsie, but this is my dinner time.
Look, you wanted him to work out the bonuses. He's just done that. It'll be all in your favour.
Oh, all right. No
Come on.
peace for wicked.
Unless they happen to have stole 300 quid.
Come on. Surprise for you. She's turned up.
Has she? Where?
She's over there now.
With or without the money?
All I know is she's very upset, that's all he said. Come on.
Oi! Problems?
Not for you. Don't let it spoil your drink.
Small Scotch, please,
Well, have you? And it's all right for you, then?
It's not all right for me at all.
Well, the way you're talking.
Listen, £30 as much to me as it is to you.
Well, what are you calling me for, then?
I'm not calling you.
Oh, yes, you are. Now, what did she just call me?
Now, if you must conduct this altercation, will you kindly do it more quietly or do it somewhere else? Thank you.
No need to ask what that's all about.
The carriage trade is much less trouble.
Hello, Eileen.
Well,
I haven't got it.
that's what we thought.
I've got about 60 quid, that's all.
But how many do you owe it to?
Where did it all go?
I just started dipping in. Ages ago. I thought I could put it back. You see, I was behind with the payments for just about everything. I couldn't get it straight. It was always something new coming. I don't always get the money from him. Oh, it just got hopeless. I was that far. Anyway, it went.
Well, we thought you disappeared completely.
I suppose that was my idea.
Why didn't you tell us, you daft apeth?
Yeah, at least we'd have stopped putting temptation in your path. What made you come back?
You were all my mates.
Well, your mates is all over at Rovers now debating whether you should be hanged or not.
Well, if they'll have me working here still, I'll try and pay it all back. I don't know how, but I will.
Well, your job's safe. You've done nothing that Mike Bolden can fire you for.
It's not Mike, though, is it? Here, Ivy. You take this.
Is this all you've got?
Yeah.
Is this everything?
Honest.
No, I mean, what about kids and everything for Christmas?
Well, I'll have my wages, and if he sends anything. But I don't know what I was thinking about. I mean, if I can't keep my job going here, well, you know.
Why didn't you tell us? We didn't know you were struggling. You didn't look hard up or anything.
No, you didn't. I was amazed how well you coped with divorce and kids and everything.
Coping comes on prescription. It's called Valium. Had a double dose to come here.
How are you coping?
Oh, fine. Should have it finished by this evening.
I've done the rest of it for you then.
See, your writing doesn't improve.
Rita says I should have been a doctor.
Yeah, it solved the population problem anyway. Hey, do you fancy a coffee?
I'd love one, then. What's he have to say?
Oh, the usual. Merry Christmas, all that stuff. Read it if you want.
No, I don't want to read other people's letters.
Yeah, go on. As a matter of fact, it's quite interesting.
No, just tell me how he's going on. I would like to know.
Well, he says he's working very hard. Apparently it's very expensive over there.
Yeah, well, I don't suppose they pay him that kind of money for now.
Main thing is, he says he can't afford to go on living there and keeping us here.
So what's he going to do about it?
Well, what do you think? He says come and join him.
Well, that's obviously what he wants, isn't it?
Or sell the house.
You what?
I can see his point.
Sell the house?
Yep. Well, go on, read it.
Mrs. Walker,
Yes, Mr. Tatlow.
I've got a proposition to put to you.
Oh, Mrs. Walker, it's your lucky day.
He's only been bad in his time, you know.
You'll be able to save me £1.
How can I do that, Mr. Tatlow?
Well, nearly everybody that I owe Christmas talk to comes in here, don't they?
Do they?
Well, all except our Beatty. She doesn't deserve one. So if you'd hand these out, as and when they come in, I'll be very much obliged.
Oh, the cheek of it.
Well, it wouldn't be any trouble. And if everybody did it, it'd bring a lot of custom.
Do you know, Mr. Satterwhite, I think it's probably illegal.
How can it be illegal?
Well, I think it's a contravention of the Post Office Act, taking business from a government monopoly.
Well, all the more reason to do it.
I think I'll take the risk.
Well,
I've got a board. I've got some green baize. They can all exchange their cards over the bar. I might even put it up to the brewery as something on behalf of the community.
By gum, you have saved me £1. I'll have a double rum. Better than licking stamps.
She's up there now, and I've got 60 quid of your money, and that's it. So you can still go to Clean Silver if that's what you want, so then go and arrest for now.
I don't know how she's nervous.
I think it took a lot of guts and a couple of pills. She's on something for her nerves.
I'm not flaming surprised.
Did I hear right? She's back.
Yeah, she's not got the money, though.
No, but 60 quid of it. I mean, I think she woke up to the fact that she'd be in a worse fix without a job.
Oh, no, leave me out. If I give her the boot, it'll be unfair dismissal. She'll have me for about 500 quid.
Hey, go on. She could pay us all then.
Oh, no, you sort it out amongst yourselves. Only outside business time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, how are we going to work with her?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Oh, now, come on, girls. I mean, don't make an issue of it. I mean, is it fair to me?
Yeah, but you can see how girls feel, Mr. Baldwin.
No idea, 300 quid's now to him.
Shut up, Stan.
Ah, well, all right. In the interest of good relations, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, I know I'm an idiot, but on one condition. You get back to work on time and no more trouble with Eileen.
Suck up, girls.
Well, it's an ultimatum, innit?
More or less.
Not more or less. That's exactly what it is. Either we go out and join him in Holland, or else we just split everything up, and that's it.
You can see what he's saying, though, can't you?
Oh, yeah, of course I can.
I mean, I don't think he means it just as bad as it sounds on paper.
How do you know?
Well, he's not that much of a...
It can be when he has to.
Have you thought about it?
No.
Are you going to?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to Holland. I don't want to go, and I'm not going. Does that sound very hard to you?
It does a bit.
Yeah, well, probably is. But I feel hard. It's my life.
In that case, he's just stating the obvious, isn't
I'll
he?
manage.
There's a lot of people, you know. A lot of people think or hope that you and him are going to get back together again.
I don't think there's that many people bothered.
You'd be surprised. Rita and me, Blanche.
Yeah, but you can't live your life to please other people.
Well, why is it so impossible?
Oh, I don't know. I've asked myself that. It just is. And when I get a letter like that, I know it's impossible. I mean, does he think I'm totally helpless? He stops paying the mortgage, so I just go running back.
He doesn't think that.
That's what it amounts to.
I think you've got the wrong end of the stick. I mean, he's crying out, isn't he?
No, he's not. He's saying I can change my mind. I can forget the whole thing for 10 quid, less. Well, I'm sorry, but I price myself a bit higher than that.
You do, don't you?
Yes, I do. That's the trouble. I thought he knew that. He didn't.
There you are. What you wanted. I wore out 2 batteries getting them ready.
So, how's it going out there?
Well, it seems all right.
Have they sent her into Coventry or what?
Not as far as I know.
Sounds all right, anyway. Yes, Eileen, what can I do for you?
Caused a lot of trouble.
Look, I'd rather you left me out of it, honest.
I wanted to ask if you'd do something.
Oh, what's that?
I want to make an arrangement about my wages to try and pay it back.
Well, that's very right and proper of you.
I need it worked out if you could help me. If you could do it in the wages, like so much a week for each of them.
And what did you have in mind?
About £1 or something. Done when it's all made up. You could start with a bonus.
What, make it over to them, you mean?
Yeah.
Steve, get Ivy in here, will you? Look, you gave Ivy 60 quid, right? That means you're about 240 quid short, right?
It's a lot of money, I know.
Yeah, well, we'll see what we can do, but I think you need help all round, don't you? I mean, do you want me to dock the money for the 3-piece suite, the teddy, the electric, the gas as well?
One way of getting straight.
I can't do that, love, can I? Look, the next time you're in lumber, tell me. The one thing I can do is give you good advice. So the next time the bailiffs come round after you, tell me. Smart people don't run away from them, you know. There are other ways of dealing with them, believe you me. Oh, Ivy, now look, Eileen here's trying to work out a way how to pay you that money back.
Well, it's nice to hear it, like.
Yeah, but whatever she can do won't do any good for Christmas, will it?
Well, I don't see as it can.
Right. I mean, she's talking about making her bonus over to you, but amongst 10 of you, I decided to take the loss myself.
What, the lot?
Yeah, the lot.
What
do that, Mr. Baldwin.
Don't worry, it won't bankrupt me.
Well, it's very good of you, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, now, hang on a minute. Eileen's going to pay me back, aren't you? Now, listen. I'll tell you what I'll do if you're agreeable. I'll dock you £1 a week for 2 years, and the rest you can forget about.
It's very generous of you, Mr. Baldwin.
Well, it is, Mr. Baldwin.
Yeah, well, all right. Don't keep going on about my generosity. You embarrass me. Get back to work, eh?
Well, I still think it's good of you, Mr.
Yeah,
Baldwin.
so do I. Get cracking, will you? Now then, these those bonuses.
Yeah.
Right. Well, work them out again and save us 140 quid, will you?
You can't do that.
Can't I? Grow up, sunshine.
That's good. That's very good.
Is it right?
Yes, it's fine. You're going to be able to cope with this. No trouble, honest.
You're just saying that.
No, I'm not.
Well, I think it's hers.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, when you start reading the papers, you'll find that most journalists aren't too bright at spelling either.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, and when it comes to grammar, they're terrible.
But do you think I'm doing all right?
Well, do you think you're doing all right? That's what's important.
Well...
Now, come on, be honest. I mean, if you think I'm not being any help to you, tell me.
No, you were. I like trying anyway. It's not as frightening as I thought it would be.
Good. Come on, I think you deserve a drink.
Oh, listen, before we finish, will you read something from it?
Yeah, certainly. Oh, is it from your husband?
Well, he's the only one that ever writes to me.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't got anything too personal in it, I hope.
Well, he knows now I can't read and that I'm getting Mrs. Murphy next door to read it, so there won't be.
Right. Well, as you see, it's very short. Dear Karen, the hearing for bail is on the 21st. That's tomorrow, isn't it? And it looks like they won't oppose it, so I'll be home for Christmas. They tell me you've got a man who is going to teach you to read. Well, you can tell him I love you the way you are, and if there's any argument, I'll sort him out. I mean it, so you can tell him. Yours truly, Dave. Love and kisses. Oh, he's joking, I hope.
But he hasn't really got much sense of humour.
There you are. Mrs. Sharples has sent this round specially.
Oh, well, I'm not going to wear that.
Well, why not?
Because it's a woman's thing. Not having a woman's shawl around me.
Well, it's not as if anybody's going to see you, are they? And you need to keep warm.
I am warm. Sweaty cobs.
Well, all the more reason to have something around your shoulders. Now, come on.
Oh.
Come on. Everybody wears shawls, you know. They're unisex. That's why they're suitable for babies of all ages.
Are you putting the rum in that?
Rum in it? Do you know what time it is? It's 9:15 in the morning and you're shouting for the demon drink already.
Well, I only use it as a medicine.
Yeah, likely story. Anyway, you saw the bottle off last night. Right, well, I'll see you later.
Well, you're not going to leave me.
Uncle Albert, the world keeps spinning even when you're ill. Yes, I've got to go to work, but I'll pop in during the morning.
Bring out your jug! Bring out your jug!
Oh, you've got a visitor. Come on up, Eddie. Look, if your cold turns to pneumonia, don't blame me.
Aye, aye, Mr. T. I've come to cheer you up.
Yes, well, you'll find a lot of resistance. Anyway, I wish you luck. Bye, Uncle Albert.
Well, I suppose I'd better ask how you're feeling.
Rotten.
Well, did you have a nice Christmas?
Don't talk so daft. How can you have a nice Christmas when you're suffering?
Yeah, I've had a rotten time myself. It's been very tin pickings this Yuletide. In fact, it's been dead miserable.
Yeah, but you weren't suffering, were you? Haven't you brought me out?
Of course I have.
Good.
I've brought you me sparkling company.
Oh, I thought you'd brought some grapes or a drop of rum.
Well, I would have done. Only I'm dead skint. I haven't got two halfpennies to rub together. Not that rubbing halfpennies together does much good. Tried that when I was flush. You know, you don't look too clever to me at all.
Thank you very much. You've come here supposedly to cheer me up.
Sorry. Hey, you've got one or two nice bits round here. Some of these would fetch a tidy sum.
Yeah, well, I don't want to sell them.
Oh, I'm not saying you do. But one day, when you got no further use for them, I'd like to think that you'd remembered me, you know what I mean?
You're a rotten visitor, aren't you? I'll feel a lot better till you got here. Now, come on, make yourself useful. Pass that shawl you're sitting on.
I'm just on the last estimate now.
Which one?
It's the central heating one for Marsden's. And I've also typed out that double glazing one in Henshaw Street, if you want to check it.
Oh, that's a bit of an improvement on my ballpoint scroll, isn't it? You know, when you send out a smart estimate like that, you can put a few quid on the bill.
Well, I'm glad I'm earning me shilling, because I need the money.
Yeah, I know. Deirdre, love, you can tell me to mind my own business if you like. But have you made your mind up about anything yet?
Well, about what exactly?
Well, you were telling me that Ray's given you a choice, hasn't he? You either go over there and live with him in Holland, or else you stay here. But either way, this house has got to be sold, according to him.
Look, Len, I'm not going back to him. Even if he was over here, I still wouldn't go back.
What about the house, though? Did you buy it in joint name?
Yeah, we did.
Well, he can't sell it without your say-so. You know that, don't you?
I know, but I don't think Ray'd do that anyway. I don't think he's trying to be nasty, Len. I just think he's being straight. When he says he can't afford this place, I believe him. Hi.
Hello, love. I just popped in to have a word with you.
Yeah.
I'll say this, though, Deirdre. If Ray stopped the payment on this house, you know, you might have a hell of a job to get him to start again.
Oh, yeah, I know. And how long will the Building Society put up with that?
I think your best bet is to get down to Social Security and let them sort it out for you. You'll have to tell them all the ins and outs, but at least you'll know where you stand.
Hey, she'll not want to do that. Don't tell strangers all their private business and like us not ending up on going on the parish.
Oh, it's not like that, Mrs. Sharples. Not nowadays. It's not charity.
Well, they don't call it charity. What do you call it?
It's a right.
Well, wouldn't it bother you going down there and asking for relief?
Going to find out what I'm entitled to wouldn't bother me at all. Anyway, sweetheart, let's go and see about your dinner, shall we?
Mine!
It's a different world, isn't it?
Some things don't change, love. A woman with a baby to feed's got to have cash.
That's why in my day they stuck with their husbands.
Give us a meat and potato pie.
No pies, Dan.
No, you always got pies.
Bakery's still on holiday. As soon as they start baking pies, Stan, we'll start selling them again.
Diabolical, isn't it? They've had their break, they've had their holiday. They ought to be back at work.
You've got more cheek than a Japanese wrestler, you. I bet you're not working today, are you?
I'm talking about vital workers. There should be a road to keep things going. I mean, it's like doctors and nurses and bakers and pubs.
Doctors and nurses have a vocation, Mr. Ogden. You can't expect people to dedicate their lives to filling your stomach.
The working man these days doesn't want to work.
Are we to take that as an accusation, Mr. Ogden, or as a confession?
I'm not a working man. I'm a businessman. Self-employed.
Self-unemployed, more like.
Hello, look. Tomato juice.
Oh, no. A pint of best bitter. When I've shifted that, it's another pint of best bitter.
I take it you're not driving today.
Oh, not anymore. I parked the cab for 2 pence. I give away the key.
There speaks a man who's had a bellyful.
All right, you are. You know, I've worked all through Christmas bringing people to parties, then bringing them back home again, all singing, feeling no pain. I've driven round town sober with the clinker glasses in my ears. It's more than flesh and blood can stand.
So you're starting your Christmas celebrations now, are you?
Right this minute.
Well, you've missed all the parties, Chuck.
In that case, I'll have one of my own, like about tonight. How about you, Betty?
Oh, no, love it. I'm working.
Oh, it's my night off, Ron, and I'm always game. For a party, fair clough.
I never said a word.
Okay, that's you in bed. How about you and Rita, Len?
Sure.
Emily, how would you like to go to a party tonight?
Oh, I'm not much of a party goer. Thanks all the same.
Listen, you're going. You've nothing else better to do. You'd enjoy yourself. Look, she's going. So am I when I close here.
I'll take care of the food. Gentlemen, bring a bottle.
Well, I'm not going. I went at one of them once. I took a bottle of whiskey. All I had to drink all night was a glass of homemade wine and a sherry.
You stop at home then, Misery. You'd only spoil the party.
Did I hear somebody mention party?
You did?
Oh.
I'm throwing a party tonight.
What a smashing idea. I'm just in a mood for a party. Cheer me up. Where are we having it?
That's a very good question. How about your place?
Why, you've got a nerve, Ron, Mother. I come in here announcing a party for everybody, and then I find out it's at my place.
I thought you'd like the idea.
Well, lucky for you, I do. Did you hear that, fellas? Party round at my place tonight, huh?
Yep.
Hi, Mr. T. Albert? Albert!
Oh, what is it?
Blimey, I thought you dropped off the perch there for a moment.
What do you want to go waking me up for?
I wanted to make sure you were all right.
Well, I was feeling a lot better until you come waking me up. Come barging in here, waking folk up that's ill, but no consideration.
Oh, that's nice, that is. That is very nice, considering I've come to comfort the sick.
Well, you've been here once before. And anyway, you're a rotten visitor. You never bring me out.
Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, see? There.
Rum?
Jamaica's finest jolly juice.
Mind you, though, I only take this as a medicine.
Oh, yeah, nothing like it in the world for curing flu.
Oh, certainly not.
Not only for curing it, for preventing it. Only I was feeling a bit fluey coming up the stairs, you know.
Oh, suppose you want a drop.
Well, I wouldn't say no, Mr. T, seeing as it was me that brought it, yeah?
Well, you find a glass on that sideboard there.
Right.
Oh, blimey.
Good health.
Good health. And very kind of you to bring this, Eddie, very kind.
Well, you have to help people, don't you? And I mean, when I told Renee Bradshaw who it was for, she said it'd be a pleasure to put it on the slate for you.
I mean, I've got to pay for it.
Well, I haven't got any money, have I? I told you this morning. Now, you know I would have bought it if I'd have had any money.
Well, Renee Bradshaw will be very lucky if she gets her money.
Hey, up, you got another visitor.
Oh.
Hello, Karen. Come in.
Oh, that's not a visitor for me. No, it's that lass that's taking reading lessons from our Ken.
Yeah, Ken wants to watch himself there.
Oh, have you come round for a lesson? I'm just about to dish out some lunch for Uncle Albert, but if you'd like to wait for a minute...
No, I haven't come for a lesson.
Oh, well, have a cup of tea anyway.
No, I can't stop.
Oh, was something wrong?
Well, I don't know, maybe. You know my husband, Dave? He's out of Risley. He came up before the magistrate this morning. The solicitor got him out on bail.
Oh, good. Well, you must be very pleased.
Yeah, well, yeah, I am. Only, well, somebody's been filling his head with a lot of rubbish about you.
About me?
You see, one of his mates went to see him in Risley, and they told him I've been seeing a lot of you.
Oh, I see. Well, surely you've explained why.
Oh, I've explained all right. I said there was nothing to it, that you were giving me lessons, that's all. And when he said he believed me.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah, but you don't know Dave. I do. And once he gets it into his head... Well, listen, I just slipped round to tell you to be careful. I'd best be going now. I've been out too long already.
But look, would it help if I came round and had a word with Dave?
No, you don't want to do that. You just best stay away from him.
This has to be a barmaid's dream. I mean, someone getting her a drink for a change.
Never you mind what a barmaid's dream is. It might make your hair curl if I told you. But I'll admit it's nice being on the receiving end of a full glass. You get fed up of having only empty ones shoved at you. Tough.
Bet, Flower, I promise you that as long as there's a drop of booze in this house tonight, your glass will never be empty.
My word, Elsie. You want to hang on to this lad? He's a real, genuine charmer.
Well, of course he's a charmer. Why do you think there's no snakes in Ireland?
And if you say it's because they're all over here, I'll rescind the pledge on the booze. Emily, my dear, what can I get you?
I think a small sherry, please. I brought some, actually. No, that's the bottle there.
Hey, you don't have to drink what you brought with you. Have something else if you want.
I'm very glad to hear that, very glad, because...
Eddie, could you just wait a sec? I want us to look after Emily first. Have a drop of the hard stuff.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Try this. And I want this duly noted that Eddie Yates didn't come empty-handed. Rhubarb wine, homemade.
Yeah, homemade, but who's home?
Well, my landlord, you see. Well, not actually my landlord, his missus. Well, actually, it wasn't his missus. No, it was his missus's auntie. But I am told that she actually trod the rhubarb with her own feet.
Oh, no, you don't have to have that, Emily. I wouldn't touch the stuff.
Actually, I wouldn't mind trying it. I'm rather in favour of these old country recipes.
Spoken like a true pioneer. Now then, let's get a glass. There we are. I am told that the rhubarb that went into this wine was grown on the north side of the Macclesfield Canal.
Oh, it's really very nice. It's very ingratiating.
Oh.
Eddie, I suppose you'll have some of your own medicine, huh?
No. I don't want to be a dog in the mange. You know, leave that for the others. I'll just have a large scotch.
Lads. Hello, love.
Oh, hello, Len. Nice to see you. Where's Rita?
She sends her apologies, love, but she's singing tonight. She said she'd be along later.
Oh.
But I've got to behave myself.
Well,
till then.
don't you always?
But of course.
What are we doing in here, Brian? Just coming to the end of half a bitter. And then it's your turn to get them in. What are we doing in this dump? It's a waste of time expecting any talent to come in here. Come on, we could go down the disco. You'll show you're broke.
Stoney, spend the last of my cash in his arse. I'll tell you what, get the bike out. Tanks are full, we'll have a burnout.
No, thanks. If I want to freeze to death, I might as well go home and jump in the fridge. Tell you what, Crash a party if you feel like it.
Whose?
A couple of birds I know down the street here. Gail and Susie.
Any good?
Not bad. Yours is called Gail. She's not bad, honest. Only the other one, Susie, she fancies me, you see.
If she fancies you, why do we have to crash the party? Why didn't she ask you?
I just haven't seen her around, that's all. She's not had a chance. But they're definitely having a party. I could hear them at it when I come past. And anyway, I can't buy her the other half.
That's it then, isn't it? Going to the party.
Come on, then.
You know, some of the young men these days, they're quite well dressed, they're quite clean even, and yet somehow completely, what's the word, uncouth.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, who are them pair over there? I've never seen them in here before.
You wouldn't know this Barlow git if you saw him, would you?
Sure, Dave, I know him.
Is that him?
Relax, will you? I'll tell you the minute Barlow shows his face.
Hi, Gail. Here we are, then. You don't know Brian, do you? Brian, this is that smashing bird I was telling you about, Gail. Gail, Brian, Gail.
What are you doing here? This is a private party.
Oh, yeah, Susie asked us.
Oh, did she?
She said if you were passing, be sure to drop in.
She must have meant the canal.
Pardon?
Susie's been in London for weeks.
Ah. You can't blame a lad for trying, can you?
Are these two trying to gate crash or something?
No, we're invited.
Oh, since when?
Since just now. Well, if you ask me what this party needs, is a bit of young talent. It's like over 60s night here.
You watch it, madam. All right, lads, come on and enjoy yourself.
See what you mean about needing some young blood. Well, make the most of me. Any chance of a drink?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Brian. It's your birthday.
I've never been one for dancing myself, but I must say I like watching people who can do it well. Are you a dancer?
Who, me? No, well, I can take it or leave it, you know. No, the dancing I like is the dancing of the sunlight on a glass of wine lying on a beach in the south of France.
Oh, I didn't know you'd been there.
Well, I haven't. Well, not yet. Have some more liquid sunshine.
Ooh, mustn't have too much. I've had 2 already.
3, but who's counting?
Oh, hello, love. I'm so glad you could come.
Well, I can't stop long, actually, Elsie. I've left Tracy with Mrs. Sharples, and anyway,
Oh, come on and enjoy yourself.
What are you going to have to drink, darling?
I don't know anything. What have you got?
Oh, everything.
Everything.
Don't they call that bird Deirdre?
No, what do you want asking other girls' names for? Not 2 minutes ago, I was the most interesting girl you'd met all Christmas.
You are, and you've got a good generous hand when it comes to pouring scotch. No, we're just asking because I remember her from that other party you had here. Is her husband not here then tonight?
Nor any night. We're separated. He's in Holland.
Is he now? Well. Fancy a dance?
Yeah. Why not?
Flash with it, isn't he?
Who?
Your mate thinks a lot of himself.
Well, has to. Nobody else does.
Yeah, I believe it. What are you drinking?
Gin and something. Not bad either.
Consider you never brought a bottle with you. I should think he's wonderful. Never mind, not bad.
Well, I would have brought a bottle if I'd known we were coming. Well, no, tell the truth, I wouldn't, because I'm broke till next payday.
What do you do?
Mechanic in a garage. But it's mostly body work repair, really. Are you interested in motorbikes?
Not a lot.
Have you been on the back of one?
Been on the back of a scooter.
Scooters are rubbish. I've got a bike. No comparison.
All the same to me. I prefer something with a roof over it myself.
I'm looking for a certain man for a special job.
Turn it
His
up
name
a
is
bit,
Sebastian.
Sean.
I'm not your servant, Stanley Hampton. Any road, it's loud enough.
I can't hear proper.
Yeah, well, it's her next door and all the row they're making. Shut your noise!
We're all set for you to go out in style. Haven't you noticed?
Got half the neighbourhood in there. Of course, we weren't invited, were we? Oh, no. Ignore the Ogdens, as per usual. Not that I'd have gone mind if they had asked us.
We were asked.
You what?
We got to take a bottle, so I keep it in touch.
They asked us and you never told me.
Well, there's no fun you got to take your own wallet, is there? I didn't think you'd fancy it.
Oh, well, of course, seeing as we go to that many parties. I mean, out every night till after midnight and balls and suppers.
Just said you wouldn't go any road.
Never mind mind what I just said?
Hilda,
You've got
shut-
no thought, have you? No thought at all.
$100.
Honest, I'd get more consideration from a donkey on Blackpool Sands.
On the black. It's a cheerful little song.
Fancy moving on somewhere? Just the two of us?
Well, I was thinking of going home, as a matter of fact.
Well, it's not 10:30 yet.
Well, I just feel like my own fireside, you know.
There's some very dodgy characters about these days. I think I'd better walk you home.
Oh, no, I don't want to take you out of your way.
I don't mind, I like walking. Anyway, a girl's not safe at this time of night.
All right, then. Let me just say goodbye to Elsie. Elsie, I'm going to get off. I'm a bit worried. All right.
I've cracked it. I've pulled Deirdre. She's separated from her husband and she's asked me to take her home. I've cracked it, mate. What about me? You'll have to make your own arrangements. By the time I've walked her home through that moon.
Okay.
See you, Brian.
Bye. See you, dear. See ya. Bye, love. Thanks again, Elsie.
All
right, let's go.
Excuse me, lady.
Who said it was a ladies' excuse me?
It's my dance hall. Thank you for keeping me fellow warm. I'll have him back now.
I love it. Two women fighting over me.
We're not fighting over you, we love.
Of course not. We're just passing you from hand to hand like a pretty toy.
Yeah, you see.
Come on, Fairclough, you're elected.
They also serve who only stand and wait to be asked.
Quite right.
Mind you, you only got me until Rita comes, you know.
How come all the best fellas are spoken for?
Well, there's two fellas not spoken for over there. Eddie and Ken.
Well, one's not my type. The other could be, but I'm not his.
That's their misfortune, isn't it?
Fairclough, you can be quite nice to a girl sometimes.
Hey, listen, you fancy coming out with me on Sunday?
I've not got a crash helmet.
Not the bike, out. Pictures or something. Yeah, the pictures.
Yeah, all right.
Right, see you outside the Roxy, 6:30 Sunday.
It's a date.
Well, here we are, home safe and sound at last.
Blimey, if I'd have known it was only 3 doors away,
What would you do?
I'd have offered to take you home a lot sooner. You always leave your lights on when you go out.
Not always, no.
Well, it might have only been 3 doors, but that night air really sharpens the appetite, you know what I mean?
I can't imagine.
Somebody in the house? Burglars?
Well, if they are, love, they're in the wrong house. Hello, Mrs. Sharples. Everything all right?
No trouble at all. Was it?
Oh, just a young man who had the old-fashioned courtesy to offer to walk me home.
Oh, very nice of him.
Do you know Mrs. Sharples, Tim? My babysitter.
No. Babysitter?
Yes, they're all asleep upstairs. Anyway, Mrs. Sharples, I'm sure Tim would be glad to make sure you get home safely as well, wouldn't you, Tim?
You what? Oh, yeah.
Well, that's very courteous of you. Come on, young man. Let's be having you. Come on. Come on, love.
Last orders, please. Last orders, please.
Been wasting us time.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, Kel. Hey up, Dave. That's him.
Sure it's him.
Definite.
Right. You hang on here.
Do I need help?
Joking.
I hope it's still going strong, because I'm coming when we've closed it.
Oh, yes, there's plenty of life in it yet, Betty, but we're getting a bit short of booze,
Oh.
so I better have a dozen bottles of pale ale
Yeah.
and a bottle of scotch, please.
Oh, right.
Your name Barlow.
Yes, that's right.
Too friendly with my missus.
You must be Mr. Barnes.
Right, first time.
Well, I'm very pleased to meet you, because I'd like to put right any misunderstanding that might exist.
You've been seeing her, haven't you?
Yes, I have, but purely as her tutor.
You what?
I've been teaching her to read and write, but surely you knew that.
She did say something about that, yeah.
And that is the only relationship between Karen and myself. If you've heard anything different, I can assure you it's totally untrue.
As long as you know. Nobody messes about with my missus.
Just as long as you know. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah. That's it, then.
Hey, what was all that about?
Oh, it's just a bit of a misunderstanding, Betty, but it's all cleared up now.
I'm glad to hear it. I don't like the look of him.
So he give you no bother then?
No. I know his sort, mate. Gutless.
Got the message, did he?
Yeah. If he goes near Karen again, he knows what he'll get.
Right, well, so we'll be seeing you at the party then quite soon. Very good.
There's a Coronation Street special tomorrow afternoon on Plus, sharing some of the residents' spookiest experiences starting at 3 o'clock. Next tonight, Blind Date.